All right. I want to welcome everybody to the RBBS Logistics Learning Center. Earn while you learn. Freight broker training, freight agent training, freight dispatch training, freight forwarder training, and consulting platforms. As you all know, every week we are here every Saturday, 10:15 a.m. from different locations. Today we are in downtown Tallahassee, broadcasting from the Doubletree by Hilton. And we are glad to have all of our new students on with us today. We brought on about 12 new students this week and last week. So we've got a lot of new people. So I want everybody to kind of be patient because I know they're going to have a lot of questions. And I know some of the regulars are going to have a lot of questions. So let's have a great session and see if we can answer some questions and get some of you all on track as far as booking loads on a continuous basis. Today, the subject of what we're going to be doing today is going to be, we're going to talk about how to book loads without having loads, because we want everyone to understand that you don't necessarily need loads to find loads. Let me give me a second. I am going to mute everyone because we are going to get some background noise. All right, today we're going to go over how to book loads without having loads. We're going to show you how to find carriers, get them on, book loads without having loads. We're also going to go over one of our load boards, kind of a new load board, All Freight Connect. We're going to give them a shout out today. We're going to get on to their site, and we're going to see, show you how to operate that site, how to get logged in, and all of our people how to get logged in. We're also going to talk about our back office site area, and we're going to go over some extensive sales training, because as I've always told you all, sales is what's really needed. And like always, we're going to do some load board training. So let's get started and get with the sharing of the screen so y'all can see everything that I am seeing. And here we go. Okay. First of all, again, for the new people, let's go over some basic stuff. Let's go over our website. And our website is RBBStransport.com. And this is our new website that we have built and developed for our national network of dispatchers. As you all know, we are a full-fledged dispatching firm now. We're not a brokerage firm. We used to be a brokerage firm. We're no longer a brokerage firm. We are a full-fledged dispatching firm. And the reason why we are a full-fledged dispatching firm, because as a dispatching firm, that allows us to be able to conduct our training and consulting across the board with anyone who comes in, whether you want to be a freight broker, whether you want to be a dispatcher firm, whether you want to be a freight forwarding firm. We can now consult with you and train you in all of those areas, because now we can get loads from any source that we choose to get loads from. We're no longer restricted from getting loads just from shippers, because that's what brokers can only do. Again, brokers can only grab loads from shippers. As dispatchers, we can grab loads from anywhere, which allows us to be able to run the gamut and be able to show you all how to do this from any perspective. All right, this is our new website. As you see here, when you come over to our new website, you go to the Who We Are page. As you notice, we've added some of you all, we've added some more members to the National Network of Dispatchers. And as you can see, our website is geared towards promoting you all's business. You're not here to promote RBBS. So a lot of you had questions this week about when you contact brokers and when you contact the carriers, who do you tell them you're working for? Well, you work for yourself. You don't work for us. In fact, we didn't hire you. You all hired us. Each and every one of you hired us, the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, to consult with you and show you how to build your business. Okay? We didn't hire you to build our business. You hired us to show you how to build your business. Okay? So if anything, we work for you. You don't work for us. Okay? We're here to instruct, guide, consult with you. When you need to call me up, ask me things. I had one of you all call me at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's okay. I'm not going to call no names. I'm not going to call you out like that. But well, you had somebody call me up at 3 a.m. this past week. And but like always, I pick up the phone. But you know, it's all good. And also, as you all know, on a personal note, lost one of my best friends this week. You know, neighborhood friend. We grew up together, part of our little Rascals gang crew. Everybody has that little crew that they run around with from childhood on up, and we knew each other from up from the crib. Literally from the crib. From the time we were born, seemed like we were always together in some aspect or another, part of that little clique that we had there in the area we call Dogtown. So I want to give a shout out to and a rest in peace to Mr. Chester Johnson, who we called in our crew, he was Lulu. So we want to give a shout out to him and wish him on his journey, on that next leg of his journey. But so if I was out of place a little bit this week, if I wasn't as accessible as I would normally be, I apologize. Just kind of just going through some things, but everything it's all good. All right, but okay, thank you, Charles. I appreciate that. All right, let's get on with this training. As you know, this is our website. When you come to the page, it is promoting you all. It's promoting your business. So if you're wondering, who do you tell people you work for yourself. Okay? If you have a business name, give them your business name. If you don't have a business name, give them your own name. Say, I'm an independent dispatcher, and I'm part of a national network of dispatchers, because that's what we are now. See right here, it says RBBS Transport LLC, National Dispatchers Network. Each one of you is a part of that network. Okay? And this is what we promote now. We promote the network. You have your areas of service. It tells them, who we are and how we run. As you all know, our thing is we try to do things a little bit different. We try to come at it from that aspect of an owner-operator, because that's who we represent. That is our clientele. That is who we are obligated to. We are not obligated to brokers. We are not obligated to shippers. We are obligated to the owner-operators who authorize us to go find them loads. That's our customer. That's our client. So that's who we service. So that's where your loyalties and your obligations lie, to the owner-operators. And we make that known here. We are always here for you, the owner-operators. You notice here, it says our National Dispatcher Network is built by owner-operators for owner-operators. So we understand every carrier is unique in their load pricing needs. Our network of dispatchers will cater their load search to your pricing requirements. Now, in case you all, if this sounds familiar, this is basically your opening script, your opening dialogue when you contact carriers. So a lot of you were asking, okay, what do I say to carriers when we call them up? Well, this is it. It's right there on the website for you. This is the opening dialogue. This is it. So when you call up a carrier, you just call up and say, look, we're built by owner-operators for owner-operators. So we understand every carrier is unique in their load pricing needs. Our network of dispatchers will cater, or we will cater our load search to your pricing requirements. In other words, if you need 275 cents per mile, that's what the CPM stands for, to run a load, our dispatchers, or you can replace that with we, will only look for and contact you with offers of 275 cents per mile or better. It's that simple. Okay? And you just go ahead and say, so how does that work for you? And look, if you say it in a way that it comes across as heartfelt and you mean it, 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, that sounds good to me. Because I actually had a couple of phone calls from you all. We did some consulting calls, some private consulting calls this week, and I recorded them, and they were on our Facebook page, and we placed them on our Facebook. So the excerpts from those recordings are on Facebook. All of you basically had the same question. It was worded a little bit different, but you all basically had the same question and the same concern. And that concern was, and all three of you asked me the same thing. You said, well, when you call up people, you seem to get them to just roll right over for you, or they lay right down for you, or they're ready to sign up as soon as you, as soon as you call them. Okay, I promise you all, that is not by design. I don't have these people that sit on the load board waiting for me to call them. We pick the random loads just like you all go and you pick on and you find a carrier and you call them up. The only difference between what you all are saying to them and what I'm saying to them, and some of y'all may be saying exactly what I'm saying, but you're not saying it how I'm saying it. Therein lies the meaning of being a good salesperson. Okay, and like I instructed some people to do this week, when you make phone calls, set up your phone or your computer or something to where you can record yourself. Okay, and when you're recording yourself, have it where it's recording not just your voice, but you want to record yourself on video if you have that capability. If you don't, at least do it on audio on your phone. Every phone nowadays has an area where you can actually hit the record button and you can record your phone calls. Okay, so what you do is you record yourself. And what you're listening for, you're not listening for what they are saying. You're listening for what you are saying and how you are saying it and how it sounds. Because I'm going to tell you something. If what you are saying does not sound sincere to you, how do you think it sounds to someone on the other end of the phone? In other words, if you can't sell yourself, you know damn well you ain't going to sell nobody else. That's just how it is. You got to learn how to be a salesperson. You got to learn how to use your voice in a way that your voice sounds soothing, it's inviting, it lets people know that you really care about them, lets them know that you're sincere. You got to take people from that, cold call, this is the guy on the other end of the phone who called me out of the blue, to, hey man, this guy understands what I'm going through. Or this young lady understands what I'm going through. She knows that I can't run those loads that's $1.25, $1.50, $1.75, or even $1.90 per mile like everybody else can, because she understands that my truck payment is a little bit higher. I may not have gotten that great deal on a truck like everyone else. My credit may not have been to the point to where I can get that low truck payment, or I didn't have enough money to go out and buy my truck cash and pay for it. I had to go to a leasing company, or I was kind of tricked into going to a leasing company, whatever the case may is. The situation is right now is my truck payment is $600, $700 per week. On top of my fuel is running me about $500 to $700 a week. On top of my insurance is running me about another $200 per week. On top of my maintenance payment is running me another $183 per week. So I can't run for $1.99. I gotta have $2.75. And this person seems to understand that. You see what I'm saying? That's how you gotta sound. You got to find a way to get used to talking to people. You got to find a way to listening to your own voice and knowing when you are overexcited or knowing when you're not excited enough, knowing when you need to be soft-spoken and knowing when you need to speak up a little bit more. And the only way you're going to learn that, okay, the only way, and I need y'all to hear me on this, the only way you're going to learn that is to record yourself and listen to yourself over and over and over and over again. Okay? Now, with that being said, let's go on down here. As you can see, that a lot more people have been added. Okay? We now have, we're all the way down to extension 765. And I know some of you are still not on here, some of you new people, and yes, we will get to it. And some of you who have requested changes in your how you're placed on here with your company name, we are getting to that too. We have a lot that we are getting to that we are doing this week. A lot. We are working with the VA. We are working with the state and federal agencies to get that funding we need to start putting on our guaranteed career placement seminars. We are working with revamping and adding more stuff to the website, trying to get new tools and resources for you all. We are also trying to satisfy centraldispatch.com so that we can get this thing going with the auto hauler. Okay, they sent back some stuff that we need to do, and we're working on upgrading our site. And that's another reason why we were upgrading our sites and stuff, because we need to meet their requirements so that we can get approved with them to get on their load board. Okay, so we're working on doing all that stuff now. So be patient with us. We are getting there. We are doing what we need to do. We are kind of short on interns right now. The intern program, as you all know, it's based at the mercy of the universities on how many interns who are coming on with us. We had some of our interns to either graduate, go on to grad school and things like that. So we're looking at some new interns coming on here pretty soon, but we are short on our interns, so we don't have the manpower that we normally would have, but we are building that back up because we have a new influx of interns who are going to be coming in here probably the next week or so. So that problem will be solved. All right. Hello, Anonymous. Thank you for joining the meeting, whoever you are. And you also have your back office area. So when you come to the site, you have your back office area, which is right here where it says Dispatch Tools and Resources. Now, when you go into the back office area, you're going to need a login. If you are requesting a login, and if your email address is different from the one you enrolled with, if your email address is different from the one you signed up with when you signed up with us and you paid that $299.95 enrollment fee, if it's different from that, they're not going to approve your access to the back office at first. They're going to ask you, you're going to get an email asking you to provide your enrollment email and the name you signed up under, so they can cross-check that with the enrollment roster. Because we don't want anybody coming into our back office who are not enrolled. Okay, you got to be enrolled, you got to be a member. So if y'all get that, please respond back to us and let us know your email address you signed up with and your real name. If you're using your company name or if you're using a different name than what you signed up with, make sure you let us know that so that we can cross-check that and get you into the back office area. When you do get into the back office area, some of you last night got some emails requesting your information so that we can get you set up, so we can get your profile set up. Yes, we are running a little bit behind on getting people their toll-free numbers and their extensions and things like that, but we are doubling down this weekend, and we're going to try to have all that done. We're going to try to have all that done by start of business on Monday morning. We're going to try to have everybody up to speed on their emails, on their extensions, everything you need. We're going to try to have everybody up to speed. Now, once you get access to the back office area, you're going to notice here we have your contracts and agreements. We're adding more stuff to the back office. So eventually, everything you need will be here in your back office area. Okay, contracts and agreements. And basically, what I'm doing, I'm going over some of the questions and stuff that we got during the week on our chat group, where people was on the chat group and you all were asking certain questions. So I've got all this stuff in my head, and I'm going down the list before we open it up for you all to present us with questions and things you want to know. But another one of the questions that we got on the chat group this week was the dispatch agreement. All right, let's pull it up. Let's look at it. Okay. All right. When you click on the dispatch agreement, you're going to pull it up. This is it. Let's go over this dispatch agreement. All right, this is the dispatch agreement. Now, some of you had problems and you couldn't change it. If you see here, if you got Microsoft Word, so this is what it's in. Up here, it's going to say it's in protected view. But right here where it says enable editing. In order for you to type in your name and stuff, you got to click that button right there. Some of you, it may appear up top on your computer. It depends on how your settings are set. Some of you, it may be down here at the bottom. Some of you, it may be off here to the side that's hidden. And you all got that little button you click and things pop over from the side, and then it shows you all the stuff you got there. All right? But wherever it is, you got to click that little button where it says enable the editing. And once you enable that, then you're able to go up here and you're able to add in what you need to add in. If you need to add in, Davis, you see it? You can add it in right there. Okay? So you can add that in. All right? You can go up here, you can add in your address, your phone number, and things like that. This top information is where your information goes, because your dispatch agreement has to have your information, because they are signing on with you. They are not signing on with RBBS. That's why we constructed these agreements to where each of you can add your information in. Okay? So to answer the question, who are your carriers signing up with? They're signing up with you. If you have a business name, you put it right here where it says dispatch. If you don't have a business name, you put your personal name right there where it says dispatch. Then you put your address, your phone number, and your email address. You can put the one that we assign to you, or you can put one that you have that you have already. Okay? But that's where you put your email address, because you want them to contact you. You want them to call you. You want them to, you can put your toll-free number with your extension in there. That would be nice, because it's a toll-free number. You know, you all can set up and you all do know that you can go to your toll-free number and access it and create your own voicemail. In other words, they'll call the network and it will say, "Thank you for calling the RBBS Logistics Learning Center," or "Thank you for calling the RBBS National Network of Dispatchers. If you know your party's extension, please dial it now." Or to access our directory, say or type in the first 4 letters of your party's name. Okay, they type that in. When they type that in, and it pulls you up, or they hit your extension, and go to your extension, and if you're not available, guess what? You can create a voicemail that says, "Thank you for calling Wonder Woman Dispatch." And give a shout out to Ms. Denise Williams. How you doing, Ms. Denise Williams? We're glad to have you on board. We're glad to have you in with us. She is new, and she's excited. She's ready to go. But her company is Wonder Woman Dispatch. But if you click her extension and says, "This is Wonder Woman Dispatch, I am unable to take your call at the moment. Please leave your name, number, and a brief message, and I will return your call as soon as possible." So you all can create your own voicemail. Okay? Get with me on that, and we'll show y'all how to do that. You got to go into the because when we send you your extension, you also get an invite email to come in and set up your voicemail to your extension and stuff. Some of you know how to do it, some of you don't. So you got some questions here. Hey, Denise, yeah, like the little smiley faces. Okay, now also on here, when it says here, "I, the owner of," that's your carriers, their name goes there, okay, and their truck number goes there, right, and their MC number goes there, and their DOT number goes there. "Hereby grants authorization to," your name goes there. Don't put RBBS there, because if you put our name there, then they're gonna be our client. Now we appreciate it. Thank you for your generosity, but it's not needed. Okay, we're here to help you build your business. Put your information in, or your company name there. Put your information there. Okay. "Hereby grants authorization to you to act as my agent for the sole purpose of searching for and booking shipments, processing all brokerage paperwork, and obtaining certificates of insurance as required in order to expedite shipment." Now, basically what that means is this. I know some of you are probably saying, "Man, it sounds like we got to do everything." No, you're not. All you're really doing is you're forwarding information from the broker over to them, and then from them back to your broker. You're shuffling all the paperwork for them. So, in other words, they're authorizing you, and you want to be that person in the middle, because you want to know what's going on with every load you book for them. You want to know when they pick the load up. You want to know when they drop the load. You want to know when they're sending over the BOL. You want to know when the broker is sending over the pay voucher, which is the most important thing, because that's when you know that it's time to get paid. Okay? So you want to be in the loop, and this clause is specifically put in there to keep you in the loop. Okay? That's why it's in there. Okay? And all you're doing is you've got the broker's email address, you've got their email address. So when the broker sends over the confirmation sheet, all you're doing is taking it and you're forwarding over to the carrier. If you have a note in, please fill out, and sign this as soon as possible and get it back to me so I can get it back over to your broker. They sign it, they send it back to you, you forward it back over to the broker, right? Or have it come to us and we do that. Now we'll do it also too, at least until you get to the point to where you feel comfortable doing it, you know how to do it, and you break out on your own, okay? But if you want them to have us to do it, when you have them, just tell them to, look, send all your paperwork over to dispatch@rbbstransport.com. Send all your processing paperwork over to dispatch@rbbstransport.com. Attention, your name or your company name. Okay? Now, if you're going to do that, if you're going to be having them to send the paperwork to us, each and every time you all do something, you all need to send us a contact description information email. And what I mean by that is this. Let's go to, I'm going to show you something real quick. Here's what I mean by that. What I mean by that is this. Let's go to Facebook. And, because we have some people who sent some stuff in. And if you have someone who's going to be sitting over a dispatch agreement, let's say you sign someone up to a dispatch agreement. Let's go to the chat group here, and we're on the chat group. Okay, get in the chat group here real quick. If you have someone who is sending over some information, okay, if they're sending over the information, this format right here needs to be sent with every piece of information you send. Because here's what's going to happen, and this is the perfect example. Perfect example. Last night or yesterday, okay, and part of it was my fault, but look, you all got to realize I answer 120, 150 calls a day. The interns probably get about 700 to 1,000 emails every single day. That's a lot of emails. I'm not going to lie to you. We get from people sending us stuff wanting to know about our training programs, from carriers wanting to know about how can they get signed on with us, from carriers just asking random crazy questions, to you all sending stuff in, to the people you're signing up on the dispatch agreement, they're sending stuff in. So with all that stuff coming in, if you have someone to just send us a dispatch agreement, or if you email us with an attachment and all it has is just a dispatch agreement, and you do not tell us what that is for, or where it's going, or who is assigned to, or anything like that, we're not going to remember that. I'm sorry, we're just not. Okay? You got to let us know every piece of information you send over. You got to let us know what it's for. Okay? And the simple way to do that is to do just this. Okay? This is what I mean. I'm going to type this into you all right here. Let you all see this. All right. This is what, this is the format that we got to have when sending stuff over. We just got to have this format. And this is it. Basically, this is what you need to say. If you're sending over a dispatch agreement, send it over not just the attachment, but when you send the agreement, send this with it in the body of the email. Why is my not sending here? Okay, I don't know what's going on with my. Can you all? I'm hoping everybody can still hear me here. What is going on with my messages?
Yeah, we can still hear you.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my messages here that I'm sending to you all. It's not letting me send my messages like I want to. Give me a second. I'm trying to send you all this so you all can get it. Okay. I don't know what happened with that, but let's try it again. Let's try this again. All attendants. There we go. And all right. The messaging part of this just stopped on me. I don't know why it stopped. It won't let me send the messages. Okay. Anyway, but this is what I need you all to send when you all send this stuff. I don't know what's going on with the messaging part of this right now, but it is acting up. All right, we're not going to worry about it. Can you all still send me messages? For some reason, this message thing is
click on the little pencil and pad that's beside Messenger and send it like that?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, but it's not showing me a pencil and pad. It just disappeared on me, and it's not.
Look by the word Messenger. Look by the word Messenger and try to send it a different way.
Right.
On the left hand side.
Yeah, I can only send it to you all. I can't. I'm not sending it through my message on Facebook. No, I'm trying to send it to you all from the message on this link that we're on the conference call. Because if I send it to you all on Facebook, all of you all are not on Facebook, but all of you are on this conference call. And this conference call is supposed to have a way for me to send you all messages when I want to send you all messages. You understand what I'm saying? And the little messages on this conference, you all can't see it from where you all are, but I see it. And it's not letting me send it anymore. I mean, I just sent you all something and it went through fine, and then I tried to send it to you all again, and then it wouldn't. It just wouldn't come through. And I can see what you all are sending me, but it's not letting me send anything anymore for some reason. I don't know why it's not. But anyway, because I just typed in something and it won't let me send it. Let me try this. Now I sent that. Now it let me send that, but I guess because I copied and pasted what I was pasting in, it wouldn't let me send that. And I hit enter, and it won't let me send that for some strange reason. For some strange reason, it won't let me send. There it is. Now someone else just sent it.
Yeah, I typed it in there. I typed it in there for you.
Yeah. But it won't let me send it. It'll let you all send it, but it won't let me send it for some reason. I don't know why. All right. But anyway, that's the format. When you all send something, I need to have, but on top of that, it needs to be the agent's info needs to be on that too. It needs to be, I don't know, maybe it's because I put in Tony's name. Let me try that again. All right. Okay, let me try that again. Let me see here. Let me take out Tony's name and then see if it'll let me do it there. For some reason, I don't know why I did that. I think it's, all right. I don't know why. Nah, it won't let me copy and paste it. That's what it is. I can probably type it in, but it won't let me copy and paste it. All right. But anyway, let's go on. We're not going to hold everything up. But anyway, this is the format that needs to be done. As you're going to see here, I need your name and your extension. I need you to say agent, and we're using Tony Davis for example. I'm Tony Davis. Extension, put your extension here. Carrier info, that needs to be another title. Then they need to carry his name, DOT number, phone number, email address. And I need a message that says what this is. Attached is a signed dispatch agreement. If you just send over the dispatch agreement, here's what happens. Like what happened yesterday. Or the guy calls up and says, hey, I want to see about running some loads that you all can get for me. Or he called up looking for a load that we had on our load list. When I told him what the weight was and everything, he said, well, I can't run that. So obviously he couldn't run the loads. When I asked him, he says, and I just went into my little spiel with him. I said, okay, well, what type of loads do you need, and how much money do you need to run your loads? He says, I need this, this, and this. I asked him, has he been working with anyone? He says, no. Okay. I said, so you haven't been working with anyone in our network? He goes, no. I said, okay, great. Now, earlier that day, Mr. Davis had sent us over a dispatch agreement. But when he sent the dispatch agreement, all we got was the dispatch agreement. This is what we got. We got this right here. Okay? It has, what he sent and, the date that it came in, but there's no message that's telling me who this is really for. There's a dispatch agreement that's attached to it. And I know Tony sent it, right? Or it came from his email address, but here's what you got to remember. The interns are getting on average 800 to 1,000 emails a day. Okay? If that email comes over and it's just an agreement, they're going to look at the agreement and then they're going to push it off to the side and they're going to tell me, they're going to call me and say, hey, we got an agreement, but we don't know, who it's supposed to go to. because, yeah, they could take the time to look at the email address it's coming from, but it's all part of you all getting in the habit of providing info on your stuff you're sending over. Because if you're running a business, you got to get in the habit of providing all the info, all the pertinent information, because you want to make things run as smooth as possible. You don't want there to be a chance that this person gets assigned to someone else. Because clearly when we asked that person, have you been working in one, he said no. So we then take it and we put it out as an open call on our chat group for anybody who's available. Hey, here's the guy who's up for grab. Somebody go find this guy on some loads, because he's sending us over his stuff, because I told him to send over how he likes to run, send us over his profile so we can assign someone to him and see if we can get some people to run him some loads. Now, if someone comes over to us or someone calls me up and they're not working with anyone, and if it's like late at night like that and there's no one that's showing themselves to be available, we're just going to put it out as an up for grabs. You understand? So we put it out on the chat group. Anybody who sees it, they can grab it. Now, if you have where you say I'm available, we go down the list. We see who's available, who got the last call, then we'll assign that to that next person who's available. But if it's someone that you're already working with and you send over something on a dispatch agreement that we're supposed to be getting and there's no contact info sheet on it telling us who this is, what it's for, who it's supposed to be assigned to, it's going to get put on the open chat group. Okay? Because we asked the guy, are you working with anyone? He says no. Okay? Yeah, we got a dispatch agreement, but there's no contact information for it. The normal procedure was not followed. Because earlier we said in a bunch of our other training videos, anything you send over to dispatch at RBBStransport.com, it needs to be accompanied by everyone, and it needs to be an info email needs to be included with everyone who is involved with whatever it is you're sending over. If you're sending over a dispatch agreement, we need the agent name, your name or your company name, your extension. If you have one, if you don't have an extension, give us your name, your email address, and your phone number. That needs to be typed into the body of the message. There needs to be a second heading in that same message. Carrier's name, carrier's info, their name, their DOT number, their phone number, their email address, and a message that says attached is a signed dispatch agreement. If you're sending over a confirmation sheet from a broker on a load, we need to have your name, contact information, the broker's name, contact information, the carrier's name, contact information, and the load information. Everything you see, if you're sending over a referral, we have your name, contact information, your referral's name, contact information, and a message that says, this is a referral I'm sending over. You understand what I'm saying? So everything you send over has to have some type of message with that tells us what's this for, who's involved, and where it needs to be assigned. Because if we don't have that, then we run the chance of giving away one of your loads or giving away one of your clients to someone else. Or missing out on loads being ran because we don't know where this stuff goes when it comes in. Okay? That's just part of being, on top of your game and on top of your business. All right? All right. So, any questions on that? Anybody got any questions on what needs to be included on this stuff when you send stuff over to dispatch at RBBStransport.com? All right? All right, cool. Great. Let's move on to the next one. I know we're moving this is not as fast paced as we normally go, but we've got to cover this stuff. All right. Back to the dispatch agreement. Back to the dispatch agreement. Let's finish doing that. Dispatch agreement. I got all kind of stuff open here. Got my DoubleTree thing open here. There we go. Back to the dispatch agreement. All right. Now, also in the dispatch agreement, it says here, where did we leave off? It says, let's get to this. Where did we leave off? All right, here we go. To expedite shipments and dispatch via telephone, fax, or email for my truck unit number, and they're going to put their truck number right there. License plate number, they're going to put the license plate there, state put what state they're running in. Now, all billing, this is very important, all billing, invoicing, and collection of revenue from customers, brokers, shippers, co-signers, etc., are the sole responsibility of the carrier. Now, that means that they are responsible for getting paid. They are responsible for the billing. So they have to bill the broker. We don't bill the broker. They can send it through us, and we can run it, and we can shoot it over to them. They can forward it over to us, and then we'll send it over to the broker. But it's up to them to fill out their own billing form. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So if revenue for the shipment is uncollectible, all right, your name goes there. Okay, your information goes there. You basically saying you will not be held harmless. You will be held harmless, and no penalty for deduction of fees will be made. The carrier agrees to maintain all proper licenses and permits. Now, that doesn't mean that the carrier still has to pay us. No, because we only get paid if the carrier gets paid. Plain and simple. Okay, we're not gonna go after a carrier if that carrier cannot collect their money from the broker or the shipper. Okay, because that happens. And we understand that. We're not going to go after a carrier, and you all shouldn't go after a carrier either if they can't get paid. If they can't get paid, you all should try to do what you can to help put pressure on that broker or on that shipper and give that carrier some advice on how they can collect. But you really, I mean, that's just part of the business. If the carrier gets gypped out of their money, then we all got gypped out of our money. Okay? All right. Where do we leave off here? Harmless carrier area. Intended for operation. Okay. The carrier agrees to maintain all proper licenses and permits to conduct business as a motor carrier in the area of intended operations. Additionally, carrier agrees to maintain liability and cargo insurance at the amount set forth by the home state of the carrier. Your name goes here. Will be held harmless in the event of any and all claims. Okay? In other words, you have no liability. That's the whole point of becoming a dispatcher. You have no liability. That's what I love about it. The carrier agrees to maintain an account with an internet load board service in the name of the carrier with your name, goes here, as the point of contact for dispatching purposes. Now, the reason why we put that there is because, yes, we do provide you all with access to 3 load boards. Okay, and we got a 4th one coming on. But let's say you all want, this is a way for you all to get access to the very expensive load boards if you want them. You know, you can talk to your carrier and say, look, I talked with whoever it is, that load board, or whatever the case may be. And that has there's some good paying loads. I'm not going to lie to you. There's some good paying loads. And as your dispatcher, I can get, you know, if you want me to get access to the loads and everything, since you have the authority, that has to be in your name. Now, you can either work out something with the carrier, if you can get them to pay for it themselves, because ultimately it is helping them, but it will help you too. Okay, because you now have access to that load board. But if you can work out something with the carrier, if a carrier says, well, now that's too expensive. Now, if you know that you need the access to this load board, and the carrier has access to the load board, you say to them, look, I'm willing to split the expenses with you. Well, let's go into an agreement, and let's split the expenses. Okay? I'll pay half of it, you pay half of it. Or whatever the case may be. If it wants to be in the carrier, obviously it's got to be in your name because you have the what? You have the authority. You have the DOT number. You have the MC number. Okay, because you as a dispatcher, you don't have an authority. So if you agree with the carrier to pay half the expenses, you just pick the carrier that half of the expenses every month, and the carrier maintains that access. You got your username and password to where you access it. Now you can find loads for that carrier, and you also be able to access that for what? When you need to find higher paying loads for other carriers too. Listen to what I'm telling you. These are ways that you can increase the productivity of your operation and do it cost effectively. Okay? Now, moving on. Let's see here, see if anybody got a question here. Nope, no questions on that so far. All right, moving on. Where we at here? As the point of contact for dispatching purposes, the fee for dispatching services will be 10%. Somebody asked me, what is a dispatch fee? A dispatch fee is the fee that we charge to the carrier, because we are paid by the carrier. It's the fee that we charge to the carrier for finding them loads. If the carrier accepts that load and runs that load, when the carrier gets paid on that load, they owe us 10% of the dispatch fee, or they owe you 10% of the dispatch fee, okay? And that's of the gross revenue for each shipment with no minimum charge. Now, that's gross revenue. That's not after this comes out and that come out. Whatever the load fee is that they got paid on, that goes into their account, that's the amount of money that our 10% is based on. Not, well, after I pay my light bill, after I pay my phone bill, after I pay my other workers that's working for me, after I pay my insurance on my truck, and what's left, you get your 10% of that. No, you get 10% of the gross. If that broker says that the load fee is $3,000, our cut is what? $300. If that load fee is $2,000, the cut is $200. Plain and simple. All right? All right. As loads are picked up, an amount equal to the above stated percentage will be payable to your name goes there. RBBS does not go there. Okay? Your name goes there, because when we send out the invoice for payment, we're going to have on that invoice, that invoice is going to say, we are collecting for you. We're going to have your name on it. Every invoice we send out is going to have the name of the agent who or signed them up to a dispatch agreement. So we're just doing the invoice processing, but your name goes there because it's payable to you, not us. Because once you leave us, that client is still yours. They're not our client. They never were our client. So that's why your name has to go there, or your company name, or however you want to put it. All right. Here it tells you that payments are to be conveniently paid with any debit or credit card via text or email invoice app, processed by the RBBS LLC invoice process. RBBS LLC stands for the RBBS Logistics Learning Center. So when they get the invoice, that's what it's going to have on it. Okay? By RBBS LLC invoice processing. Either party, it says, please provide your SMS, cell phone, text number here. The carrier puts their cell phone number there, because we're going to text them their invoice. And your email address here. And we're going to email them the invoice. So all they have to do is click on that text or click on that email, and it says pay now or pay invoice now. They click it, they can pay with any debit or credit card. That convenient. Okay? Either party has the right to end this agreement without cause at any time with 7 days notice by written request. Upon cancellation, any unused funds remaining in the deposit account will be refunded to the carrier within 2 business days without penalty. Okay? That really doesn't apply. That's just legal jargon that had to be in there. It really doesn't apply, because once they pay us, they paid us. We don't pay anything to them. They're always paying stuff to us. Okay? And down here is where the carrier's company, carrier's signature and date goes there. Carrier prints their name. You know, you print your name right there, or they print their name, and then the dispatcher's name goes there, or your company name goes there, and your signature goes there. And that is the dispatch agreement. All right. All right. That's the dispatch agreement. We also have a broker carrier contract for brokers only. If you are a broker, some of you on here have your bond. Now, be careful, because if you have your bond, you really can't contact brokers for loads. If you have your bond, you really can't grab loads off of the load board. Okay? So if any of you have your bond and you're wanting to become a dispatcher, you may need to call and have your bond and have it to where you switch back over to being just a dispatcher. And you might want to either let your bond expire until you're ready to get back into just brokering, because I'm going to tell you, if you already have your bond and I'm going to say this to you, and you won't hear this on any other, I guarantee you would not hear any other freight broker trainer tell you this. Because, for one thing, they are selling you a course. And if they told you this, you probably wouldn't want to buy that course. And I'm probably going to get some death threats and people calling me up and sending me emails from the other course providers, and they're going to be like, man, what the hell are you doing? Well, I'm giving my students all the information that they need to be successful, because that's what we do. We're consultants. We don't sell a course. We're not trying to sell you a course. Our job is to show you all how to be successful in this business. And one of the things about being successful is choosing the right area to go into if you're trying to make money right away. If you're trying to make money right away, I'm going to tell you right now, don't become a broker. Because it's going to take you 8 months to a year before you start making money. Plain and simple. I'm just being honest with you. Because look at how brokers are set up. Brokers can only get loads from what? Shippers that they have on the contract. Can't get loads from any other source. Point blank, period, no how, no way. They can't co-broker with another broker, because co-broking is not a lot. That is double broking. That is illegal. If someone reports you, get caught, you're done. Okay? Plain and simple. If someone calls you and say, hey, another broker say, hey, well, we can co-broker. No, you can't. Co-broking is double broker. Make no mistake about it. You may get away with it for a while, but this business is cutthroat. Everybody is always trying to bring down the person who is successful. That's just how this business is. So if you're co-brokering and quote unquote you call it co-broking, which is double broking, and another broker who don't like you, or another dispatcher who don't like you, or anybody who don't like you, they got to report you. And you're going to be done. Plain and simple. Okay? Also, as a broker, when you first get your bond, you have a waiting period before you can actually start using that bond. It's about 30 to 45 days. So that's a 30 to 45 day wait time right there. On top of that, 90% of the shippers in the industry won't work with you. Why? Because you don't have enough seasoning. Okay? You don't have a business credit report yet. You don't have seasoning. You haven't been in the business long enough. So it's going to be damn near impossible to get a shipper to sign on with you. And they're going to tell you need at least, 6 months of seasoning on average. Some shippers, about 50% of the shippers want you to have a year's of seasoning. So anywhere from 6 months to a year, these shippers want you to be in business before they will work with you. So what does that tell you? If you don't have somewhere between $20,000 and $30,000 set off to the side somewhere that you can afford to pump into your business, to build your brand, do your advertising, let people know who you are and what you do, and you're doing all this without making any money. You're steady pumping money in, because you still got to pay your insurance. That's $750,000 to $2.5 million of insurance you got to have. You still got to pay that bond payment. If you finance that bond payment and you got a bond payment of $3,600 per year, you got to pay that $300 per month for 8 months until that bond is paid out. You still got to pay that. You still got to pay for your Ascend or your TMS system. You still got to pay for your phone system. You got to pay all this stuff, and you got no money coming in. Why? Because you can only get loads from where? Shippers. Shippers won't work with you for 6 months to a year. And you wonder why brokers who are selling, broker training courses who are selling a course won't tell you that. Because if you knew that, you wouldn't buy that course. Plain and simple. Now, I just painted a target on my back. I know it. But guess what? I can handle it. I'm a big boy. You know? I did 10 years in the military. Been in combat 3 times. If I can handle that, I can handle the heat that's going to come from this. Okay? Because our commitment is to you all becoming successful and knowing what it takes to be successful in this industry. Showing you the difference between brokers, dispatchers, and freight forwarders. And we're not going to, bite our tongue or hold our peace just because it makes other people in the industry uncomfortable. But that is the truth of the matter. And they know it's the truth. They know it's the truth. That's why they want to sell you a course. So they can sell you the course. Once you bought the course and you're done with it. Any questions on that? All right? All right. So if you have a bond already, just be ready to know that, it's going to be very difficult. I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible, but chances are you're not going to make any money for the first 6, 8 months to a year. That's just how it is. And that's the truth about being a broker. Now, the advantage of being a broker is once you do get that foundation built, once you do have that 6 months in, once you do have all that, then you open up to go out and do business, and you are going to be able to control the money. Because all money then has to flow through you. Everybody pays you, and then you pay everybody else. Also, as brokers, you can grab responsibility for a load, which means you basically own that load. If you want to cut the price of that load, you cut the price of that load. If you get loads that are paying extremely high loads, if you get you some dedicated loads, let's say if you got some dedicated reefer loads that's running meat down from the Midwest down to Florida, whatever the case may be, and those loads are paying on average $7,500 per trip. If you want to cut those trips, if you want to cut that back down to $4,500 per trip, and you keep the rest of the money, that's on you, because you can do that as a broker. Why? Because you assume that load. Why? Because you have a bond. Why? Because you have the authority to take control of that load. Now, that's how a lot of brokers make a lot of their money. But you got to sit on the side for 6 months to a year before you can start doing that. And those type of contracts are not easy to come by. But that's what a lot of brokers do, and that's what they go after, because they set out for so long. They spend all this money put into the brokerage firm, and they go after those dedicated type stuff. And those are ways that you can. Those are ways. That's how brokers become mega brokers. And a lot of brokers have their own assets, which means they get their carrier authority too, and they buy trucks or they lease on trucks, and they have their asset brokers, like a TQL, RBBS, Landstar, even Swift. A lot of people think Swift is a trucking company. Swift is a brokerage firm. They own a lot of trucks. Same thing with Warner. They're a brokerage firm, and they own a lot of trucks, roughly 2,000 of them. All those places that you think are big trucking companies, a lot of them are brokerage firms, but they own trucks too. So they have two divisions. They are what's called their asset-based brokers. Okay? And this is how those big brokers turn their year around from being in this thing for a year, not being able to work, and then that's how they turn it around. But if you don't have access to money, you're not going to be able to do that. All right? All right. But if you are a broker and you want to continue as a broker, this is your broker, your carrier broker agreement. It's already filled out for you. All I got to do is plug in your information, name, number, MC number, DOT number, and stuff like that. All right? All right. Let's get out of this. I know I'm dropping some bombshells today. Anyway, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna tell y'all, my phone gonna be lit up. I got my phone turned off right now, but I know it's gonna be lit up after we broadcast this. I'm gonna get all kind of crazy calls. I'm gonna get threats. I'm gonna get calls. I ought to sue you. I ought to do this. I ought to do that. But guess what? It's all good. It's all good. All right. The other area we have here is for our shippers, tools, and resources. If you're searching for shippers, we give you access to every shipper in the country. Every shipper in the country, you have access to it. Click on it, takes you right over to your area. You look, put in what you're looking for. Let's say meat. And you're looking for meat. Click search. Voila, look at all the meat companies, all those meat SIC codes. You got 129 meat SIC codes. You got some of these SIC codes, some of these categories. You got 1,393 companies that ship the certain type of meat products and wholesale. You got another over here that has meat cutting and packaging. It has 1,210 shippers. If you click on any one of these SIC codes, it pulls up all those shippers. 1,210 shippers that ship this meat packing type products. Click on one of them, one of the companies, pulls it up, it gives you all the information on it. Everything you need. Name of the company, phone number, fax number, website, contact. Click there to contact them by email. Use your profile of the company. Tells you all the stuff about the company. It even tells you what this company would pay to move meat from their location to anywhere in the country. If they're moving it to New York, they're paying $60 a pallet. $290, okay, for a, where they shipping from? Oh, they're shipping from Connecticut, so they ain't that far. All right, yeah, they're paying that. Let's try Florida. See what they're paying to ship to Florida. They're probably paying a lot to ship it down to Florida. Oh, sorry, wrong thing here, wrong product. Let's go to Florida. Let's try Florida. See what they pay to ship to Florida. From Connecticut to Florida. There we go. For a partial dry van, they're paying $850 for a partial dry van. You multiply that times 4, and you got a whole dry van. So they pay good money to have that meat shipped down here to Florida. They're paying $85 a pallet, $75 a box. Okay, now that's good information. You can't get better leads than that. And you got 19 million plus leads. Because there's 19 million plus shipping companies in the United States. And we give you access to every last one of them. So there's no need for any of you all to ever go out and buy what? Leads. That's another reason why we catch a lot of heat. Because a lot of these other freight broker courses, they sell leads to their students. That's how they make money. They sell you stuff. You all hired us to consult with you. So we give you stuff. Because we want you to be what? Successful. Because we don't make money unless what? You're making money. Therein lies the genius of what we offer. Okay? We don't sell you stuff. We show you how to be successful. You hired us to show you how to make money. And to ensure that we only get paid when you make money. So we need to get each and every one of you all up to doing what? 3 to 5 loads a day. Because if you all are making 3 to 5 loads a day, then we're making money too. Okay? That's the beauty of being involved in a consulting program versus being sold a course. All right. Any questions on this site here on how to? Well, you know how to get to it, but any questions on this? And basically, you just call these people up and you pitch them our script. And if you're asking yourself, well, what do I say to them? Well, guess what? We got you a script here too. You know, click on it, pull it up. If you don't know what to say, if you wonder what to say, this is what you say.
Hey, Jeff, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, when you pulled up the shipper and stuff like that, I was looking at you had it was I think 3 different prices on the first one you had. One said one said pallet, one said partial, and one said truckload. But the price not on this one, but on the other one, the first one you had on that. But the it said a 53-foot truckload, but the price, I was wondering why the price was so low. I'm just curious.
Because it wasn't going very far. The company is out of
Connecticut. It was the first one you had.
Yeah.
Connecticut.
Yeah. And Connecticut is not that far from New York, right?
Yeah, but the one you had on not that one. It was the very first one. To the beginning. It said different prices.
Yeah, and that was going to New York, Connecticut to New York. The first one I was on there was going to New York.
No, that's the one you clicked on.
No, the one I clicked on said Florida.
You clicked on 2. Go back to the beginning.
Go back here. Go back to the beginning. All right. Where's that company? Which one was it? I can't remember which one it was now.
The first one, I think, wasn't it? The one said Bloomfield, Connecticut.
No. I gotta get you the name of the company again. I can't even remember which one I clicked on. Cause I just clicked on one of these companies. All right, this right here. Let's click that one. Bloomfield, Connecticut. All right. Oh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that one right there. You see what I'm saying?
Where it says partial. Whoa. See where it says partial?
Right. Yeah, I understand. I was just asking about that last one right there. Why that one was so cheap because it was close to it?
No, that's still partial.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to find out about the one
that's still partial because it says right here partial dry van $300. When you look at a partial, you're looking at 4 quarters.
Okay.
So that 300 times 4.
And now the one that say the dry van truckload say 360.
Yeah, okay, it's the same thing. It's basically the same thing. Looking at partial dry van and 53-foot dry van truckload, it's the same thing.
So you'll multiply the 360 times 4?
Exactly.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to find out.
Yeah. Anytime you see where it says, anytime you see where it has a partial, it's gonna repeat it for some reason. It repeats it, even if it's a flatbed. It'll show you the partial flatbed, then it'll repeat again, and it gives you a little bit more money. But you know, all it's doing is telling you that it's giving you a range of 300 to 360.
Okay, that's what I was trying to find out.
That's all it's doing.
With the partial flatbed, I know that was bipolar. All right, thank you.
Yeah, it's giving you a range of 300 to 360. Because if you go by the pallet, I mean, because it's still going to work out the same no matter how you do it. If you got, about how many pallets can you put on a 53-foot dry van?
Probably about 26.
Exactly. So if you take 26 times 70, what do you got? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just showing you what the average is or what the range is from 300 to 360. And this is just gives you an idea of where they start from. So, and you can call them up and negotiate with them and say, hey, you know, I can help you move more of your freight if you give a little bit more money on this and things like that. Okay?
All right, thanks.
All right. Where we at? Oh, yeah. But we was on the script, right? Okay. So what you say to these people is listed right here. This is it. You pull up your script, and this is what you say to the individuals who you're contacting about general freight. Okay, this is for general freight. Okay. You can also copy and paste this. Okay, you can copy and paste this. Just copy it and paste it. You know, all you got to do is copy it and paste it right into whatever else you're trying to send it to. See if this thing gonna work this time. All right, but my computer don't want to. I don't know what's going on with my computer, but my computer don't want to.
Hey, Kev, you know what I did with this this script? I took it and I downloaded it to my computer and I got it pasted on my desktop. So when I open it up, I just take it, drag it, and drop it in the email.
Exactly. And that works too. You know,
that's
all that works.
Dispatch agreements also. I sent one to a lady just on Friday. I'm waiting to hear from them, say from out of Pennsylvania, but they say they'll do all they deal with steel. So I'm waiting to hear but she said they got trucks too, but they say they're looking for some carriers. So I told her, hey, why don't you just send us some a load list and stuff like that each day and all that. I told her we can book like 25 to 35% of her loads, you know.
Exactly. And this is how you build your business, because look, there are shippers out there that work directly with dispatchers or work directly with carriers. There are shippers out there that'll tell you we don't work with brokers. There are shippers out there tell you that we only work with brokers. So don't get in your head that you can't contact shippers because shippers only work with brokers. That's not true. That's not true. That's what these freight broker course sellers would tell you or have you to believe. Why? Because they want to sell their course. Okay. And I'm pretty sure some of you, if you've been in the business long enough, you called up shippers, and some shippers have told you, we don't work with brokers. Well, who do you work with? We work directly with the carriers, which means they work with who?
I dealt with two different guys yesterday. One told me, say, you got to have the authority. That's the one I was telling you about on chat group. And the other lady was telling me, say, you know, she'll send me the information. So she's supposed to get back with.
Exactly. So it's 6 in one hand, half a dozen other. You know, you run the same chances of finding shippers that will only work with brokers as you do with finding shippers that will only work with dispatchers and carriers. So, you know, have at it. Don't let them fool you into thinking that you can't contact shippers if you're not a broker, because you can, and you can get them to send you loads. Okay. Also, the same area here allows you to contact brokers. You click that same thing where it says right in the back office area, it pulls up all the brokers, has the different categories for the brokers and stuff. All you gotta do is click on one of them, go to that broker, and then you can contact that broker and say, hey, now the brokers, they're showing you what they have a limit. Their things are higher because they're basically putting in, what the total rate is for moving stuff. You see how this is? Moving from Portland, Oregon to Pennsylvania, they have it $95 a box, $95 a crate. Partial drive-in, they got $32.50. Okay? Chances are they are moving probably, what is that broker moving? Solutions, meet the critical, they got intermodals, they got all kind of stuff. So they move this broker here got some serious loads. So, like I said, if you're looking for good paying loads, start calling up some of these brokers that's on these Sitco sites that we give you access to. And when you call them up, all you basically do is say, hey, how you doing? My name is Mr. Walker, and I am an independent dispatcher with a national network of dispatchers. And I'd like to help you to book more of your loads, move more of your loads. As I mentioned, I'm a dispatcher, so you don't have to pay me. I'm paid directly by the carriers that we contract with. And every carrier that we contract with is properly insured, and they're knowledgeable at moving your type of freight. All we need to do to get started is you start sending me loads over every morning. You send them right over to my email address. Or if you have a private load board that we can gain access to, if you want to give us access to it, we can do it that way as well, whichever way is suitable for you or convenient for you. Look, if you approach these people like this and you approach them in a way where you're showing them where you're helping them, and look, there's not very many brokers who are going to turn down the opportunity for you to help them to make more money, because you ain't costing them any money. Because they ain't paying you. They still paying the same amount of money to that carrier if they were working directly with that carrier. No different. Because the carrier's paying you, not them. The carrier's paying them, they're paying the carrier, and the carrier's paying you. So you're not costing them any money. Not costing them one dime. In fact, it is almost 90% easier to get a broker to send you their loads every day than it is to get a shipper to do so. So why not take advantage of that? Why not contact them? Now again, if you are a broker, you can't do that. Let's make that known. If you are a broker, you can't do that. But if you're a dispatcher, you can. Okay? If you haven't become a broker yet. All right? All right. The scripts that we're talking about, we have another script for auto dealers. Okay? So a general freight script, and we have an auto dealer script too. So when we start getting into the auto dealer, which that is coming. Like I said, we got a response back from Central Dispatch. There's some things that we've got to do to be compliant with them in order to get on their site, and we're taking care of that this weekend and this week. So hopefully we'll have all that straightened out and be able to get on with them and get access to their load boards, so we can start moving some of these, so we can get into these carloads and the auto hauls. All right, but this is the script. Nice script, nice pictures. You can copy and paste it, send it right over to them. Okay, send it over to the car dealers, send it right over to them. We're not going to get into the auto hauling, any type of real training for auto hauling on today. We did it extensively on our last recording, on our last training call. If you want to know more about auto hauling, refer back to number 18, and we went extensively over the auto hauling on number 18. I think we also did it on number 17. So refer back to those two. Okay. Let's go down here, and you also have that auto hauling script in PDF. It's in both Word and it's in PDF in case you just want to print this up and send it as a flyer. Because with the PDF one, you can just print it up and send it just like a flyer, or you can email the PDF just like a flyer. Okay, makes it real simple for you. And load boards. All right, let's go to this load boards. As I mentioned before, we're going to get into All Freight Connect today. Okay, All Freight Connect is a load board. They operate out of Australia, mate. That's where they operate from. They're from the down under. Okay, Buff. So they do things a little bit differently. Their logo will look a little strange. It's gonna look a little strange. So when you go to All Free Connect, you just click on it right there. It takes you right to it, and then you're gonna put in your login information, all that stuff. It's all right there. We're gonna go to All Free Connect. Now, when you get on All Free Connect, here's what you need to do. Let me clear all this out. It is kind of funny how they do it. All right, down here in the little blue trucker or transport companies area, says become a member and log in. Don't click the login up here. Go down here in the blue area, click login. Okay, when you go to the page, you got to click that. It's going to take you over to this page right here. You're going to see right here where it has, and that login page looks kind of funny. Looks like you got to put in a whole lot of stuff. No, you don't. You're going to put in right here where it says, if you haven't previously registered, click here to register. Okay, but you all are already registered, because all you got to do is put in what? Our email address, and then you put the password in right here. We've got it in there already, but you got to put it in right there. Then you got to click enter. You don't put anything else in here. You don't have to put in forgotten your password and all those stuff. You're going to click the enter button right here underneath. I know it looks funny. You're going to click that, and then it's going to take you back into All Free Connect, and there you are. You're in. Okay? And you need to get loads. This is where you find your loads at. You're going to click here. You're going to get loads. Look at that. Pulls up the loads. Okay? If you're looking for loads, you're looking for your truck type. All right? Here's down here. All the different types of truck types. Air freight, box truck, car carrier, car courier, container truck, crane trucks, dry vans, dump trucks, step decks, semi-trailers, flatbed loads, food transport, heavy recovery, hopper bottoms, hot shot services. It has them all right there. And just because these are listed doesn't mean they have loads for all of them. Okay, loads like anything else. Loads are subject to availability. Okay, so if you're trying to fulfill some of this hot shot services stuff, when you click on hot shot and you click complete the search, hey, you may not find any hot shot loads. You see what I'm saying? Because they don't have it listed. So that's what. It's not available. Okay? But here again, if you click dry van and you click search, you got plenty of dry van loads. You see what I'm saying? If you click in reefer loads, see if they got a reefer. Reefer vehicle. You click in reefers, click search, you got plenty of reefers. Okay? And then if you want to look at some of these loads, you're going to go over here where it says details. You're going to click details, and it's going to pull it up right there. Okay? Now, some of these loads have prices on them, some of them don't. Just like any other load board. You go down the thing here, it tells you the freight category, frozen foods. The pickup location is Salina, Kansas. Destination is Cartridge, Missouri. Reefer vehicle. Once offload, that means it's a one-time shot. It's not a repeat load or anything like that. It's not a dedicated or anything like that. If it's a dedicated or repeat, it will tell you right here. It tells you load available date. All right? Now, Australia, they got their dates kind of backwards. Notice they got the day, the month, and then the year. We do the month, the day, and the year. But they do the day first, the month, and then the year. All right, so that's the load availability is from January 19, 2018. That's the load availability. It's from that date. Now, which means that load is still being ran. Okay, so you can call them up, and because apparently this load runs more than once, but they won't let you contract to run them all the time. All right, so you call them up, whatever you call this person up and say, hey, I see you got a load on here that's such and such. Price range it says $1,200. Approximate weight is 29,058 pounds. Needs 53 foot. We'll shoot. Okay. All right. 1,200. Mary D. That's the contact name. That's the email address. That's the phone number. Miles 273 miles. That's pretty good money. $1,200 for 273 miles. That's good money. Okay. That's a decent load. So this is how you use All Freight Connect. All right. This is how you use All Freight Connect. As you can see here, you can pull up whatever type of loads you want if they are available. Here's another one, reefer load. Going destination Pennsylvania. Picks up in Kansas. It looks like the same person. Yep. Needs 53-foot chute. Look, that bad boy's paying $2,800. It's going about 1,010 miles. It's over $2 a mile. It's about almost $270. Looks like it's right around close to about 270 miles. So 260, 270 miles. So that's pretty decent. All right. But this is All Freight Connect. This is our Australia connection. They run loads here in the United States, but this is our Australia connection. But this Mary D got a lot of loads, and she got a lot of loads on here. $2,700 this one's paying, 894 miles. That's paying good. Okay? So, yeah, y'all might want to get on this All Freight Connect. Get on this All Freight Connect and check it out. Here's one, $3,500 is the price range. It's going 1,424 miles. She got some decent paying loads. Okay? So, I'm just kind of just running through them here, showing you what we got. Here's one here from George. We got a different person here. George don't have any price on his, but you got to call George up. Probably if these are reefer loads, so they're probably pretty good. So you have to have all the information going from North Dakota to Montgomery, Alabama. So they've got some pretty good loads. It looks like. I'm just kind of running through them. Yep, here's another one from George. Looks like she's got them all in here. Looks like they got them all in here by the person who's posting them. Is pulling up all George's loads. Here's Monica, some of her loads. Monica's another one who don't put her prices in, so you got to call Monica to get the prices. You just got to go through them. All Freight Connect is one of those ones that you just got to go through. Okay, you're not going to be. I don't think there's no way for you to pull up all the ones that have the prices on them. Okay, you just got to go through them. You got other stuff here if you want to get quotes. You can get quotes where freight picks up, where it drops off, and you can put in the quotes, get the quotes and stuff you want it. You can look for vehicles. If you just want to look for vehicles, here you go. If you're looking for just reefer vehicles, look that right there. Let's see what happens. Did it pull me up anything? Private listed all freight box truck. Oh, here we go. Finally pulled it up. All right. Refrigerated vehicles. Yeah, he's got them listed here. You just go through them and he's got them all listed here. Different, I guess, people who posted their reefer vehicles. Telephone any of the operators below or click on their email address to contact them. Okay? So if you're looking for, I know some of y'all were looking for like hot shot. Let me see if they got any hot shot vehicles on here. Yeah, here we go. There's some hot shot vehicles. If you got hot shot loads and you're looking for hot shot vehicles, they got a list of some hot shot companies and stuff. So, but that's basically All Freight Connect. Okay. Any questions on All Freight? Any questions? It is a kind of funny load board because they're based out of Australia, so they, I mean, I'm not trying to pick at Australians, but to us, they talk funny, but to them, we talk funny. So, you say tomato, I say tomato, that type of thing. But anyway, that's All Freight Connect. All right. Charles Monday says they never have box truck loads. What about box truck? No one ever has box truck loads. Can't find a box truck load. Charles, I take it you're having a problem finding box truck loads. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why it's hard to find box truck loads. That is an industry that is pretty much dominated by dedicated runs, contracted runs. If you don't have a connection with these large companies that have box truck type loads, because box trucks usually sign contracts with companies, and they usually run the same loads every week or the same routes every week for a certain number of companies that they have 3, 4, 5, and 10-year contracts with. Okay, and as a dispatcher, as an independent dispatcher, your primary source of business is going to come from all the stuff that's not contracted. That's just how it is. You know, that's where 90% of your business is going to come from. That's where 90%. That's your target-rich environment. Is business that's not contracted. Is stuff out there for independent people who are not on the contract. Because if these people were on the contract, there would be no need for who? You, us, any of us in this industry, on this side of it. And that's why it's hard to find loads for box trucks. Some of the hot shots and stuff like that. If you're not in an area where you have access to a lot of these contracts that are going out, now I'm gonna tell you what you need to do in order to get access to that type of stuff. You got to start doing some searching. You got to start doing some investigating work. You got to go to Google and just Google where do I bid on contract loads? Where do I bid on contract shipments? Where do I bid on contract freight? Okay, and then it'll give you certain sites that you can go to that you can go and bid on this stuff. But I'm telling you, that is a very competitive market. And if you don't know what you're doing, don't jump into it because you're going to embarrass yourself. Okay, make sure you're up on your game on that. Make sure you get up, make sure you get up on your game on that before you try to jump into doing that. But that's how you're going to find that type of stuff. But yeah, you're not going to find very much freight in the open independent market for box trucks. So a lot of that is a niche market and is usually controlled by contracted and dedicated type freight stuff. All right, Charles. Mr. DeCastro said, off topic, I have a question on authority. Okay. What's your question, Mr. DeCastro? Unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello, Mr. Calvin.
Hey.
It's a basic question on authority. How can we get it? Can I possess it? And the question is basically, I have a friend who is a carrier. He has his MC, but he works for a company because he doesn't have what he calls authority. And he says that if us as a dispatcher could get our authority, he and a bunch of friends would love to work for us because he wants to get paid based on the load and not per mile. Is this something that we as dispatchers can actually get authority? Would that work?
You can. Yeah.
How does that work?
Authority. But you have to get a carrier's authority.
So that's what I don't understand. I have to be a truck driver to get a carrier authority? Do I just get a DOT?
No.
I don't understand what you're talking about. That's my question.
No. You can get a carrier authority. Anybody can get a carrier authority. You don't necessarily have to be a truck driver to get a carrier authority. You do, however, have to have a truck you got to put insurance on. Now, I'm going to show you that there's a couple of ways you can do this. There's a company called 1 Hour Authority. You go to them, and you can get your authority for like $375 or under $500. Okay, and ask them this question, and they'll walk you through it too. But from my understanding, here's how you need to do that. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have seen companies where it says, we are leasing on operators. We have our authority. You can lease on to our authority. A lot of you have seen that, right?
Yeah.
All right, great. And what that is you have either a dispatching firm or someone who is in the business, but they don't want to drive trucks. They don't want to actually be a trucking company. They want to be a trucking company, but they don't want to own any trucks. So what they do is they go out and they get their carrier authority. Okay, they get their authority. They pay for all the stuff they need to get their authority. Then they put out an ad that says, "Hey, we are a trucking company, and we're looking to hire owner operators. If you own your truck and you don't have your own authority, come sign on onto our authority." Basically, what they're doing is they're renting out their authority. They're leasing out their authority. So people who don't have the authority, they can sign on with them and run under their authority, but the carrier, the owner-operator, carries the insurance. Now, here's what you might want to do if you don't have your own truck. because you got to have at least one truck, right, that that the authority has insurance on, right? Is you still with me?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. If that's something that is dispatched, so you got to have
insurance. Yeah, you got to have insurance on at least one truck. So here's what you do: the first person who calls you up and says, "Hey, I want to lease on with you. I want to lease on my authority." You say, "Look, hey, since you're the first person that calls up, you're in luck. All right, I'm gonna make you a deal because we have the authority, but I still don't have my insurance complete yet. All right, and I need a truck to assign the insurance to. All right, if you would allow us to assign the insurance to your truck, we will make you a limited partner." Basically, what you're saying is, instead of us paying you, instead of you getting 70% of the load fee or 75% of the load fee, you would get 95% of the load fee, and we only get 5%. But that's all going to be to you because why? You're letting us use your truck to complete our authority. You understand what we just did?
Yeah.
Okay? So now you've got someone in with you who is now a partner, they're a limited partner in your business. They're on your executive summary or they're on your business as a partner, which means they're now part of your business. So therefore their truck is what? A part of your business. So therefore their truck now qualifies as a truck that's owned by who? Your business. And you can now put insurance on that truck, and now you have your authority, and now you can now lease on other trucks and pay them 70%, you take 30%, they pay their own insurance, they pay their own maintenance, and they work underneath your authority. And now you can just sign on as many trucks as you want, and this one guy, he's getting 95%. Why? Because he allowed you to use his truck.
Okay, I get it. But what having the authority, do I have any liability? Does that increase our liability?
Of course you have liability. It's under your authority. You have all the liability. That's what the authority is. You still have liability even though they're paying for their own insurance. You still are liable. That's why you got the insurance on that first truck. That first truck you have is the insurance that gives you that blanket, insurance that goes with your authority. So ultimately, yes, you are liable because ultimately all these carriers who are signed on with you, they are working for you.
Okay. So you pretty much convinced me. Bad idea.
Okay. It's not a bad idea. It's not. It's a great way to have passive income that's coming in. You see what I'm saying? I mean, don't be afraid of liability. Don't ever be afraid of liability because if you don't take chances, you can't make big gains. That's the nature of capitalism. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I don't want to discourage you from taking liability on things because anytime you go after big gains, you gotta it's gonna involve a certain amount of risk. I mean, you take risks by getting out of bed every morning. I mean, look at the flu season. Flu season, I'm so bad, I don't even want to shake hands with anybody anymore. Every time I go somewhere, man, I don't even like coming out to my conferences because I got to come into town and be around people. I buy these hand sanitizers, so you take risk in everything you do, right? Don't be afraid of a little risk because the gains totally outweigh the risk. Because here is what you're risking. You're risking the chance that someone has an accident, right? And then someone gets hurt, God forbid, killed, right? And then your insurance has got to pay for it. Well, that's why you get insurance. That's why you pay insurance. Insurance is for what? In case shit happens. That's what insurance is. Okay? So that's why you have insurance. All right? So you're covered, right? Now, here's the thing. But what are your gains? Your gains is you can get 100 truck drivers to sign on with you, right? Let's say if you're paying 80% to the truck drivers, they're getting 80% of the load fee. You got 100 truck drivers, and we're going to do the math here real quick. Just going to show you here real quick. What are your gains? You got 100 truck drivers. Let me get my calculator up here for y'all. Okay. Matter of fact, I got a calculator here I think you all can see. Let me get one that you all can see. I want y'all to see these numbers here. Ba-ba! Calculator, 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 calculator. Where's me calculator?
Albert, I have a question while you're looking for your calculator.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so when you do get your carrier's authority, isn't it true that if like that driver like gets a ticket or something, that's reported to your authority? So like
yes.
you and
yes.
Okay.
Yes, I mean you all share. You share in that liability, like any other trucking company. You are trucking. You are essentially a trucking company, but you only own one truck. Actually, you don't own any trucks if you got the person who came in with you and placed his truck with you, and you made him a limited partner. Yeah, technically you own that truck too, but you don't really own it. You see what I'm saying? So you're basically a trucking company that don't own the truck. Trucks are just leased on with you.
Is there liability on all trucks under us, or just the one that we have insurance on?
No, all trucks. Anybody that's running, the term authority, okay, that should give you a clue as to what type of liability you have, because your authority is assumed you are taking the authority over every load that is ran for your company. That's what having your authority means. Same thing with the broker. As a broker, you are assuming liability for every load that is ran that you book, because the carrier is not assuming responsibility for the load. You are. Whoever authority is covering it, you are the person responsible for that load. That's what it means to have your authority on any load. Mm-hmm. Okay? So yes, you are liable for every load that is ran by a carrier that is leased under your company. That's because all these drivers that drive for Landstar don't own most of those trucks. The drivers do, but they're running under Landstar authority. So if they have an accident, both them and Landstar is liable. They're culpable. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
All right. Because they got insurance, but you got insurance too, because even though you got insurance, they got to have insurance too. But you're the one with the authority. They don't have an authority. You understand? That's why they're running under your authority. And by them signing on with you, you both basically are claiming liability. All right? Okay. Let's look at the money here if you have your own authority. All right. If you have your own authority, let's say you got 100 trucks. All right? Let's say each one of those trucks is running 3 loads a week. All right? Let's say each one of those truck loads averaging out to be $2,000 load fees. All right? Let's say your cut from those load fees is 20%. So you're paying them 80%, right? $120,000 a week. You think that's worth a little bit of liability on the off chance that somebody may have an accident?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So if you're doing $120,000 a week, right? $120,000 a week. Let's clear this out. $120,000 a week. What's it called? This is getting a little wild here. 120 grand a week. All right, times 52 weeks. What is going on? Let me clear all this out. 120 times 52 weeks. $6,240,000 a year. So you're gonna let a little bit of liability deter you from making $6,240,000 a year. And you don't own no trucks, but you're a truck company.
I understand what you're saying as far as like money wise and assuming the liability. What I mean is when it comes to your authority, don't you want to do like a full check and see how the drivers work? Because some drivers could be a little bit more reckless. What I mean is that they're careless and it reports to your authority.
Yeah, look. No one's saying that you should just let every driver come in. Okay, your question was about authority, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, if your question was how do I vet carriers, then we will be answering that question. But that's not what you asked me.
Okay, sorry.
Right? So I can only answer what you asked me. I mean, you presented the question to me about authority and the risk of having your own authority, and is it worth it to have your own authority? Because if you're pulling down $6,240,000 a year, I'm pretty sure you can afford the most expensive insurance out there, and you can afford some lawyers in your camp that can take care of you liability-wise. Can you not?
Yep.
So other than authority on that one truck, we would also need, insurance for our authority.
No, you don't need, the insurance on that one truck is the insurance you have to start your authority, to make your authority complete, make your authority legal.
Okay.
All right? Now, that insurance now extends to cover every load you run by any other truck you get. You don't have to go out and get extra insurance on every truck. Why? Because the owner-operator has got the insurance to cover the truck. Okay? You got to have your blanket contingent insurance. And the way insurance works, you got your contingent liability, and you got your cargo insurance, and you got your injury and death, liability, stuff like that. You got to have a minimum of $750,000 to cover the cargo, right? Then you got to have another $500,000 to cover, what's called contingent liability, right? And then some, depending on what type of loads you're running, whether it's military, whether it's hazmat or anything like that, you got to have more insurance. On average, if you're gonna be like what you're suggesting, on average you're gonna have to have at least $1.5 to $2 million on worth of insurance to cover, and it's blanket insurance, which means you don't have to have that much insurance every time you run a load. Your blanket insurance covers all the loads you run. If you have 1,000 trucks, that insurance covers all 1,000 trucks that are under your authority. So if something, and don't get scared by that, because the chance of you having 50 trucks all have an accident on the same day at the same time, I mean, come on, you might as well go out and play the lottery. So you got a better chance of winning the lottery. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
All right. Okay. All right. Now, and for those of you who are saying, yeah, I do know a lot about this industry. I know people say, how did he know all this stuff? Well, because here again, I don't know if I told some of you all this, I have what's called an autographic memory. It's not photographic, but it's autographic, which means everything that I hear, it stays in my brain. I don't know where it goes, but when someone asks me something about whatever it is, guess what? I can recall it and pull it up. All right? So, stuff goes in and then comes out. So that's why I got my head is so big, Everybody, man, you got a big old ass head. Well, that's why. I got so much stuff that's jam packed up in there. But anyway, all right. Any more questions on authority? Charles says, what does freight forwarding entails with RBBS? It don't entail nothing with us because we don't do it. If you want to become a freight forwarder, we'll show you how to be a freight forwarder. Charles, get on the line with me, Charles. Open up your mic. Charles, you there? Hello, Charles. Maybe Charles not with us right now. Thought he was. Charles, are you with us? Okay. All right. Charles. All right, there you go. All right.
Sorry.
You're getting fell asleep there, man. You know, you nodded off at the mic. Anyway.
I was eating grits with sugar in it.
See, that's your problem right there. You got sugar in them doggone grits. You need to put some salt and pepper, some eggs on them grits, man. There's no doggone sugar, no grits. But y'all know, Peter, boy, I tell you, boy, I made some gumbo. Man, you know what? That's what I forgot. I was supposed to bring some gumbo with me because my lady friend, she wanted some gumbo, and I made some gumbo last night. I don't know if y'all looked at my Facebook page. But,
yeah, I saw it.
But we had went to this place, and this is a little bit off subject, but we had went to this place about 2 weeks ago. This you know how these high-priced upscale seafood restaurants, they said they had gumbo, New Orleans style gumbo, and they brought it out, and I was on gumbo looked like chili. I said, man, that ain't no. I said, you don't get this out of here. I said, that's not gumbo. So I told her I was gonna make some gumbo, and I made some gumbo last night. And I'm telling you, boy, that gumbo was good. And here's the thing about gumbo: the longer it sits in the refrigerator, the better it gets.
That's right. That's right.
So today and tonight, you know that gumbo gonna be good. It's gonna be good. All right, but anyway, all right. But what's your question, Charles? What does freight forwarding entail with RBBS? All right, remember, we are only here to consult with you all and to show you all how to do how to do things in this industry and show you how to make money in this industry. I'm here to show you how to do it no matter which area you all decide you want to go into, whether it's to be a broker, dispatching, or freight forwarding. First of all, do you understand what freight forwarding is?
A little bit. Like shippers bring their freight to you and it sits there for a while, and you set up delivering forward and stuff like that. But that may not be.
Yeah, that's not completely accurate. Freight forwarding is this: as a freight forwarder, you have the authority. You have to have an authority, by the way, to be a freight forwarder. It's a little bit different type of authority. As a freight forwarder is the only person in this industry who can arrange shipment across multiple modes of transportation. Take, for instance, load coming out of China. Freight forwarder can book that load onto a ship liner, okay? Book that on that ship. Then, when that load gets to the mainland, the freight forwarder can then take that same load and transfer that load over to a rail or to a truck. The truck takes it to an airport, all right? And then that freight forwarder can then transfer that load and have the authority to book it on that plane. Then that plane goes and lands and goes to another truck. That freight forwarder can put it on another truck and then goes to a rail yard. And then that freight forwarder can then transfer it over to that rail and then it goes to its final destination where it's picked up by another truck. A freight forwarder is the only one who is authorized to do all of that.
Okay.
And he can do it on multiple lines and get paid on all of the on the total transport. That's why freight forwarders make so much doggone money. They make an ungodly amount of money. But they are international logistics professionals. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you got to go out and you got to become you got to have some import knowledge and credentials, and there's a whole lot of stuff you got to do to become a freight forwarder. But it is extremely profitable.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'll stick with dispatching as an entry point.
Yeah. But yeah, freight forwarding is. I mean, yeah, that's really stepping up the game. You stepping up the game. Okay. You stepping up when you're going into that. All right.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Great. All right, so everyone understands how this All Freight Connect works now. Everybody got how to log into All Freight Connect. Everybody knows how to get on All Freight Connect and find stuff you're looking for, things like that. All right. Okay, let's go back over here to. Let's go over to. Oh yeah, Trucker's Path. All right, Trucker's Path. Now, remember we talked about, remember I told y'all this game is really about sales. Okay? Let's log in the Trucker's Path. Now, all week, I told Trucker's Path don't post any loads. Watch the day when I go in here, they probably, all right, good. They did what I told them to do. All right. You notice we have no loads in Trucker Path. Okay? So I've informed them not to post our loads. because I want to use Trucker Pass to show you all how to make money without having loads. Because let's say you don't have no loads, okay? So I want y'all to get comfortable with those loads that we send out, okay? Because first of all, they're not your loads, okay? You all didn't put in the work into going out and getting them, so they ain't your loads, and they're not there for you to make money off of. I'm just being honest with you. They're there to train you. They're there as bait to give you all access to trucks on the load board, so that we can show you all how to take those trucks, flip them over, pitch them, sign them up to a dispatch agreement, and start creating your own network of business. Okay, because that's what you're here to do. You're here to learn how to be independent, and you're not going to be independent if we're spoon feeding your loads, right? Because if we're spoon feeding you, you're going to be like them little birds and them ducks that's waiting on the mama bird to come by and drop food off to you all the time. That's not why you're here. You're here to learn how to be independent. Okay, you're here to learn how to create your own business. You're here to learn how to create your own clientele and to make your own money. Okay? So, with that being said, this is how you make money without having any loads. You're going to go here, you're going to look for trucks. Okay? If you're looking for reefer trucks, there are reefer trucks. All the reefer trucks you want. Okay? If you want to look for flatbed trucks, you look for flatbed trucks. You search. They're going to pull up all the flatbed trucks. Okay? And this is just in California. You're going to look for them in any other state, you go down here and you pull them up by the state. Okay? Go here and click state. Go and look for and see how many are in Florida, on the flatbed trucks in Florida. Click it up. You only got one carrier in Florida right now on their load board with flatbed. That's marked themselves pretty much available. Probably got more reefers or more van. You got a lot more reefer trucks in Florida. But if you want to go nationwide, you just go nationwide. You pull up all states. All states, click it, bam, there you go. All right? Same thing with flatbed or van. Or let's just put in, let's say power only. That's something that we don't normally see a lot. Let's say power only. Click search. Some of the power only we got nationwide. There you go. You got some carriers that are power only. So if you're looking for these trucks, you call them up, right? And you're looking for something. Let's go back to van here real quick. All right, look for these trucks and you call them up, and you want to, and you basically you want to pitch them, right? Well, you got all the numbers, you know who they are. You click on it, pull it up, tells you who the truck carrier is, Delta Carrier Group, whatever the case may be. If you want to know more about Delta Carrier Group, all you got to do is just put in their DOT number and go to Google. So I'm gonna show you all something right here. Check this out. It's funny, you know, technology is something else, man, because look, you don't necessarily need a TMS system. If you don't want to spend money on a TMS system yet, there's a little website, there's a little search engine out there called Google. It's a pretty good little search engine. You know, I mean, it works all right. As you all know, you go to Google, you put that DOT number in, what does it tell you? Look, I mean, look at that. It's going to pull up the same stuff you're going to get in the TMS system. Check that out. It tells you everything about that carrier. It tells you that carrier has 55 power units. You give me all the information on them. Right? Look at that. It's telling you, giving you the inspections, how many drivers, how many units they got out of service. It's giving you all the information on that carrier. You know, the insurance, everything you need to know about that carrier. So now, you know who the carrier is. You know how many trucks they got, right? Now you can call them up, and now you have a good idea of who you're calling. You know you're not just calling what? One truck driver, right? You know you're calling a carrier group, right? So when you call them up, you adjust your approach to them depending on the information you have about them. But you have everything at your disposal to get all the information you need to make a proper pitch. You understand? So when you call them up, you call them up and say, hey, it's the Delta Carrier Group. Now, you know you're not dealing with just one person. So when you call them up, chances are it's going to give you the number to their office or to their what's called. It may give you the number directly to that one carrier. It may do that, but chances are this number you have on here, that is probably to their main office. You understand what I'm saying? So when you call them up, you got to say to them, say, "How y'all doing? This is such and such and such. I'm an independent dispatcher with a national network of dispatchers, and we like to help you all to book more loads, to find more loads. And not only do we help you all to find more loads, but we help you all to find the exact type of loads that you all want or you're looking for. Why? Because, again, we understand that not every carrier can run the loads for the same price that other carriers can run them for. We understand that each carrier is unique. You have your own pricing structure and what you can run loads for. In other words, if you tell us you want loads that's paying at least X amount of money per mile, that's all we're going to look for. And you pitch them like you do anything else. But you go right into, you forget all the part about, hey, I see you in such and such place and we got a load there. No, you're going to go straight into the pitch. Now, if you're calling an individual, if you happen to call an individual, like probably a place that's called J&D Express, you can look at the names and probably tell you which ones are individuals. Sykes Trucking, Leonard Express, B&R Trucking. You can kind of look at the names, Mitch Lee Incorporated. You can look at the names and probably tell you which are individual truck drivers and which are companies. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. But when you call them up, just adjust your approach to them. But you're gonna go directly into the pitch. You're not gonna deal with the regular intro or the setup, because there is no setup. You don't have any loads posted. So you're going to go directly right into the pitch. Okay, that's how you're gonna go. So when you call them up, you're going to go right into the pitch. And so if you're looking for carriers, go to Truckers Path. You can find trucks. You can find carriers. So a lot of you say, well, how do I find reefer loads? How do I find the reefer trucks? Well, this is how you find them. Okay? If you're looking for just the carriers. Okay? So now you have a source of where you can find your trucks, and you can go right into the pitch. Okay? If you got a single person, you call them up, and that one person answers the phone, and he's that truck driver, and say, hey, let me ask you a question. How much money do you need to move your truck? That's kind of a strange question to come off the hip with, but it makes a person think. If he's a truck driver, right, he's thinking to himself, how much money do I need to move my truck? No one really asked me that before. Everybody else just called me up and said, hey, I got a load for you to run. They ask me if I want it. They don't even ask me if I can afford to run it. Now this guy's asking me how much money do I need to move a load. Huh. That's different. You see what I'm saying? Now you got something to talk about. Because he's either going to say, I need X amount of money, or he's going to say, what do you mean? No matter what he says, what? That's your opening. If he says, what do you mean? You say, look, my name is such and such and such. I'm an independent dispatcher, and I'm with the National Network of Dispatchers. And unlike most dispatchers or brokers that call you up, we understand that you may not can move your truck for what everyone else can move their truck for, because you have different expenses, right? And you still have to make money. So if you tell me that you need $2.25 per mile to run a load to make money with your truck, then that's all I'm going to look for. And also, if you tell me you need to run on this bottom half of the United States because you don't like being up in the mountains, or if you tell me you only like running in the mountains, or if you tell me, all your loads has got to be at least 450 miles in distance because you got to run some miles to make some money. If you give me that criteria, that's all I'm going to look for. And when I find those type of loads, that's all I'm going to call you with. And every time I call you, I'm going to try to have at least 3 loads that match your criteria or that are better than what you told me you're looking for. But I will not call you with anything that's less than what you have indicated that you need. Okay? All right. Denise Williams asked question, is this the main load board we use to find carriers? Not really, no. There's no main load board. You can find carriers wherever you want to find carriers at. You can use truckloads. Some of you all like using truckloads. Some of you all like using 1, 2, 3. Some of you all like using, or whatever you want to use. But the 3 that we just provide you access to 3 load boards. Now, if you want to get your own access to other load boards, get access to them. Yes, most load boards are going to require that you have some type of MC number or DOT number to sign on with them. But if you got a carrier under a dispatch agreement, guess what? You can use that carrier's MC or DOT number. Especially if you're going to be paying for it. You call that carrier up and say, hey, I'm signing you up with a few load boards. I'm going to be using your DOT or MC number, but I'm going to be paying for it. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're willing to pay for access to more load boards, you just call up one of the carriers you got under the dispatch agreement, let them know that you're going to be signing up with some load boards that it's for their benefit, right? You may be you can probably talk them into paying for it, or at least splitting the cost with you. So for those of you who are asking about access to that and the higher paying load boards, and those load boards cost like $250 a month or $299 a month, you can probably get some of the carriers you have on a dispatch agreement to help you pay for that load board because it's benefiting them. You're joining that load board to what? Find them higher paying loads. And I'm pretty sure if you approach them like that, that's what will happen. No, we did not finalize the deal with that because the buy with, what's ITS? Did we ever finalize and work out a group buy with Internet Truck Stop? We've got some people that join Internet Truck Stop, and it's only like $77 per month. But no, we did not work out anything with the group with Internet Truck Stop because, for one thing, we're a training platform. That's what we are. We are a training platform. Okay, we are a training platform. If you all want to work out something with other load boards, okay, that's got to be done at your own expense, though, basically. And that came down from the law firm. That's the company that backs us, that puts money behind us. All right. Yeah, they got money, but they got money because they don't want to spend, because they don't spend money unnecessarily. Okay, that's how they got money. But the other thing is this: we pay for certain load boards every month. We pay for a lot of stuff every month, and we are a training platform. Now, if you want access to other stuff, we'll show you how to get your carriers that you're dispatching for to help you pay for that, because ultimately that's what you're doing. You're getting this stuff to assist them, to help them to increase their business. That's why you're getting it. All right. So we need to start getting you all to be salespeople and reaching out. Because remember what I told you, everything you do in this industry, it revolves around sales. And if you're going to make more money in this industry, you've got to learn to be better salespeople. And that includes selling your carriers on the idea of getting better, or quote unquote, as you all say, higher paying load boards to make them more money. Okay? Because if you're going to be making them more money, you got to sell them on the value of it. Be salespeople. Call up your carriers that you got signed on to a dispatch agreement. Say, hey, you heard of that load board, right? Yeah, I have, but that load board is so expensive. Well, what if I split the cost with you? Now they're thinking, well, shoot, okay. Now, here's something else. Something that none of you probably didn't even think about. Some of you have multiple carriers under multiple dispatch agreements, don't you? Like Tony Davis, Charles Bundy, Chantier James. A lot of you have multiple carriers who have multiple dispatch. You have multiple dispatch agreements. Why don't you do a conference call with your carriers? Okay, do a conference call with your. Now here's a novel idea. Do a conference call with your carriers. You get 4 or 5 carriers that you got dispatch agreement with. You get them all on the line, so you can have a conference call with them, show them how they can make more money, how we can get access to some stuff to make more money. You say to them, say, look, that load board is $299, so $290 per month. I got 5 of y'all and myself, so there's 6 of us, right? I have an agreement with each one of you all, and I want to fulfill my service to you all and make my service better to all of you all, to help you all find better paying loads. Do you all agree that that has some of the highest paying loads in the industry? You're probably going to say yes. You also probably agree that that is very expensive. Yes. All right. Here's what I'm proposing. why don't we get the access and we get it through one of you all's, let me call that and get the access to that, right? I'll let them know that I'm an independent dispatcher and I have 5 carriers. Meaning that's going to call you all to verify that I'm working for you all, that I have you all under contract and you all work with me. Okay, they're going to call you to verify that. So I need you all to understand that when they call you, give me a number that they can call you personally. I don't want them calling you calling a person who works in your office, someone who may tell them, well, I don't know this person. Give me a number where they can call you personally, your personal cell phone number. So when that calls you, you'll say to them, yes, I am working with Mr. Charles Munder. Yes, I am working with Mr. Manny DeCastro. Yes, Miss Denise Williams is my dispatcher. And I authorize her or him to get that load board and find me loads. Now, and then you say to them, and we'll all split the cost. Anybody here thinks that wouldn't work? Let's see. This is all part of being a salesperson. Okay, this is all part of being able to manage your business effectively. And to get the things you need, get access to the things you need, and find a way. Because you got to start thinking like business owners. Okay, all of you got to start thinking like business owners. A lot of you still have the mentality of working for someone. Okay, and we need to get you out of that mentality because you no longer work for anybody. You all are now business owners. You work for yourself. And you got to start thinking like a business owner and coming up with innovative ways to get access and get the things you need and want, but get them at an affordable cost and something that you can handle and that can make your business better and your client's business better. Does everybody understand that? Right. Give me some feedback if you agree with that. If you don't agree with that, if you have questions about that, talk to me.
It's a good idea.
All right. All right. So that's what I mean by becoming better salespeople. Okay. So like I say, you know, and you don't have your any dispatch agreements yet with anyone, then that should be your goal. Your main goal right now, if you're coming on, and this should be your main goal regardless. All right. Here's someone that says they spoke with that. If you're a company and registered with the state, it will be $35 monthly. That's Regina. Oh yeah, I think that's their basic package. But I know they got like an ultimate package that's like where you can dispatch for multiple companies. I think that basic package is $35 monthly, but for every DOT number you search for, you got to have a different DOT number when you go and do a search. Because if you've got several people you're dispatching for, I think they want to charge you for each one you're searching for. But they got a big package that costs like $250, or because we looked into it, it's $250 per month or $290 per month or whatever it is, right? And if you are a dispatcher, you have multiple carriers that you're dispatching for. Under that plan of the $250, $209 a month, you can come in and you can dispatch for all your carriers. Okay, you can dispatch. All your carriers are covered under that plan. And if you have a conference call with your carriers and you say to them, say, look, you know, we want to get that, and now I have 5 of you all, and as you add more carriers, right, you let them know that you have a plan with that. And guess what? If you get them, as you add more carriers, let's say you get a point to where you got 10 carriers. Well, if you got 10 carriers and you're all splitting the DAT fee equally, $299, now that becomes real affordable. You understand what I'm saying? And it may get to a point where you have enough carriers to where you're actually making money on that. Because you're paying the $299, but you may have enough carriers where they're paying you, if they're all paying you, what, $10 per month or $20 per month for the DAT, right? But let's say you got 20 or 50 carriers that you're signing up with. Now you're doing what? Not only do you have the DAT, but now you're making money off that little plan you got, right? You see what I'm saying? And you're not doing a disservice to your what's called, because it makes their fee cheaper. So if it drops them down to $10 per month, and then on that $10 per month, I mean, no one's going to argue that $10 a month is a great. That's a great package to access that, right? Especially to access their most the most expensive service. Okay, so start thinking like business owners. Start thinking like business owners. Okay, so that's what we hear. And this is why we are here. This is why you all hire us to be your consultants. This is what separates us from a course. Because you don't get this with a course. You don't get this type of advice with a course. You don't get this type of insight with a course. And that's what a lot of the other freight broker trainers don't understand when they ask us. They say to us, well, why you give everything away? All your videos on YouTube, it gives the very stuff that we charge for, you're giving it away. Why are you doing that? Because they don't understand the value in what we're offering. Okay.
I got a question, Cam.
Yeah, go ahead. And who's asking the question?
This is Brian Gilbert from Georgia.
Hey, Brian, how you doing?
Hey, doing good. Okay, so say you got the carrier license, got the authority, are you able to run your own loads?
Yeah, you can. If you got a carrier authority, right? You got the insurance and everything. Yeah, you can run your own loads. If you got no trucks too, yeah, you can book and run your own loads. That's the whole point of what? That's one of the advantages of getting your carrier authority. So, like Landstar has their own brokerage firm, right?
Right.
And they have their own, carrier side too, right?
Right.
Because they book and run their own loads, right?
Correct.
Exactly. They keep money in the house.
I would think.
All right. Anybody else? Question real quick. All right. Okay. Now, let's do a little bit of load board training here. Okay. We're getting ready to wrap this, or we're going to do a little bit of load board training. Then we're going to open up for some quick questions and answers, and then we're going to wrap this up. We've been here for a minute. All right. And we do most of our load board training on what? 1, 2, 3. Why? Because 1, 2, 3, I think we have our loads posted. They're there and they're posted. So let's go to 1, 2, 3. Do some load board training real quick. We do this every week. Sign in. Truck locator. See if they got our loads posted this morning. They should. I sent them in this morning. Yep. How many loads we got posted this morning with them? Talk to me. There we go. All right. We have 61 loads posted with 1, 2, 3 load board. All right. Load board training. All right. Now, in load board training, here's what you can do. Now, the thing that you all should be concentrating on right now is getting trucks to sign up to the dispatch agreement. That is the first end game. Okay, that's what you're focusing on. You're not focusing on booking a load. Okay, that's not, because look, loads won't make you more money. Okay, let's get that straight. Loads won't make you more money. Okay, first of all, getting a carrier signed up to an agreement, that's how you start everything off. Why? Because you get one carrier, you can now find him at least 3 loads a week. So now you have a client that's going to do what? Generate money to go where? National Hip Bank. And that's what this is all about, right? Now, if you came here to learn how to price lanes and to learn the science of this, God bless you. Because you're one of the few people on here who don't want to make money. You just came here to learn the knowledge and to learn the science. Well, God bless you. If that's what you want to know, then we can do that too. But the rest of us are here to do what? Because we need money in National Hemp Bank. All right? And this is how you put money in National Hemp Bank. You're not going to do it by having higher paying loads. You're not going to do it by having more loads. You're going to put money in National Hemp Bank by getting carriers signed on to a dispatch agreement and putting you to work. Because that's what you got to do. You got to go to work first. And once you get a carrier, then the loads are easy to find. Hell, I can go and get a handful of rocks and throw them out this window up here, and I hit 5 or 6 loads. Because loads are everywhere. Loads are everywhere. The industry right now is operating at a 600% deficit, trucks to loads, which means the industry is short 600% on trucks to run the available loads that's already out there. So finding loads is not your problem. The problem is having a carrier to authorize you to go and get them loads that's in abundance that's already out there. All right, and this is how we do that. All right, we have 61 loads posted to this load board. Right, if you click on any one of these trucks, you'll notice that there are or any one of these loads, there are trucks that are surrounding this load. These trucks are supposed to be trucks that are empty and available. The only reason why they are here because they have gone on here and they have marked themselves available for a load. Okay? Sometimes you may call 1 or 2 of them, and they may already have a load, but they may have gotten it after they've already made themselves available. Depends on what time of day you call them in. But that's why they're here. Now, on this one load from Decatur, Alabama, going to Thompson, Georgia, on this one load, you've got 13 trucks that are within a 75-mile radius of where this load picks up at. And these are flatbed trucks because these are flatbed loads. It's only going to show you the trucks that match these loads. So when you see these 13 trucks and you go in here and you say, there we are right there, I'm going to click on that one right there, and that one says RP Trucking. Now, most of the time, in most cases, these are the numbers to that truck driver. Every now and then you may get one that goes to their dispatch or something like that. But in most cases, these are the numbers to the truck driver. You call that truck driver up. You say, hey, I see you right there in Decatur. Well, here. No. Let's call this. It's Saturday. We're going to call them up and see what we can get on this one. Let's call them up and see what's going on with that right there. All right, that guy's number is 256 612 7668.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging.
Well, he got his phone turned off. He probably watching a game or something. Let's try Douglas Watley. Let's try him. I'm not going to call a bunch of these people, but we're going to try a couple of them. See if we can get in contact with them. 256 620 5388. Hey, Mr. Watley, how you doing? All right. Hi, this is Calvin Butler with the National Network of Dispatchers, and I'm calling because I see you in you're not far from Decatur, Alabama.
No, I live in Alabama.
No, I see you got a truck that's not far from there.
Yeah.
Okay. I was calling because because we're dispatchers and we're independent. And I was calling you to ask you a question. How much money do you normally need to run your truck?
Try to get about $2 a mile at least.
All right. Well, let me ask you a question. Because, like I said, we are independent dispatchers. And with us, we try to be a little bit different. because we know that not every carrier can run for the same amount of money, because you got your own expenses, you know, and your expenses ain't gonna be the same as the guy who's sitting beside you. I mean, we all know that. I mean, I used to be an owner operator myself, and so I know that. So what we try to do is we try to find the loads that match what you need or match on what you want. In other words, if you tell me you only want loads that's paying $2.25 per mile, and those loads got to be at least 500 miles in the amount of miles that they're running, and you don't want them, you know, to be up in the mountains, you want to run a certain type of lanes or whatever it can be, that's all we're going to look for. And we're not going to call you unless we have that type of load for you. And we try to have at least 3 loads that we're going to present to you. You think we can work together on something like that?
Well, how'd you get my number?
You're listed on 123 load board.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'm actually signed on with a company, Haulage Transportation.
Okay. Do they allow you to get your own loads?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm working under his number.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. But if we find you a good paying load, and you know, it's only going to help them make money, right? Right. So that's all we're asking. If we find you a good paying load, if you like it, take it. If you don't, don't. I mean, our dispatch agreement is very simple. It's very straightforward. It's not long-term binding or anything like that. You work with us just when you want to work with us. So we call you with 3 options of good paying load, and you present them to them, and they say, hey, we want to grab this one, then we'll dispatch you on that one. And then when you all get paid on it, y'all just shoot us 10%.
Okay. Y'all use factors or?
Well, every load that we get has its own factory. Okay? So, all right. So here's what I'm gonna do. Let me get your number.
He usually handles all this. You
Okay.
give me his number?
Yeah, give me his number.
Hang on 1 second. He's got another truck too, so.
Oh, cool.
He got a truck stuck out in California right now. We can't find a load.
You can't find a load? Oh, we definitely need to call him then, because I'm pretty sure we can find him a load.
All right. Hang on 1 second. He actually tried to call y'all earlier today.
You tried to call who?
Y'all.
RBBS?
Huh?
Or you tried to call 123 load board? Or you tried to?
No, I think I talked to you earlier today.
You talked to me today?
Sure.
Now
I don't know.
Now you haven't talked to me today. You might have talked to somebody else. Probably gave you a call. Was it somebody from was it one of our dispatchers?
Maybe. It was let's see. All right, 205.
205.
400.
Hold on. Make sure I got this. Let me do something here real quick. Give me a second. He said 205.
Uh-huh.
205 400.
Right. 7446.
7446. And what's the name of the company?
Haulage Transportation.
Hearts.
HOLLIS. Is this PDQ dispatch service?
No. This is
Okay.
the RBBS National Dispatchers Network.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that wasn't us. The transportation, right?
Do what?
You see, Haulage Transportation, right?
Right.
And it's got a guy in California stuck.
Yep. Yeah, got a guy stuck out in California waiting on a load.
All right, well, we're going to get on that.
I just got done heading back from California.
Oh, okay.
Because they couldn't find a load.
Yeah. How's the fires out there?
Do what?
How's the fires out there? You remember none of them forest fires or anything out there, did you?
I was down around Los Angeles. I didn't see no fires.
Okay, well, that's good. All right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to call them up, and we're gonna talk to him, and we're gonna let him know we spoke with you. Okay.
Okay.
And we're gonna see if we can get him on, because I'm pretty sure that he's gonna want to work with us, because we have some good success on finding some good paying loads, and that's what you need anyway. Everybody needs good paying loads.
That's what I try to tell them. Them trucks ain't making money unless they rolling down the road with loads on.
I'm telling you, man, and that's what we try to do. We try to make sure we want to keep you rolling. All right.
I know I would like that.
Yeah. So, well, we're gonna call him up, and we're gonna see if we can go ahead and get him signed up and everything. Okay.
Okay. I got to be off Monday, but Tuesday morning I'll be ready to go.
All right, cool. Well, I appreciate you taking the call.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, for those of you that say that this is hard, and for those of you that say that you make these calls all the time, you can't get nobody on the phone to pick up, you can't get nobody to sign up, you can't get nobody to do this, all I got to tell you is be a better salesperson. I mean, I don't know what other way to say it. Now, when I was doing this, you all see how I was booking 10 to 12 loads a day. It's not that hard. It really isn't. It really is not that hard. But you got to be sincere in what you're doing. You got to cater yourself to that particular person you're speaking with. You got to find a way to connect with them. Now, here's a guy we just called up out the blue. He thought we were somebody else at first. At first, didn't want to know, well, how'd you get our number? All that type of stuff. Let that stuff, if you make a big deal out of something, it becomes a big deal to them. If you respond in a way that is, no big deal, is nonchalant, this happens all the time, that's how they're going to take it. But if a person says to you, how'd you get my number? You say, look, I got stuff I'm doing. I'll talk to you later. You understand what I'm saying? This is what I mean when I tell you all, learn how to be better salespeople. Okay, this is what I mean. Learn how to be better salespeople. Okay? First call we made, what? The person didn't pick up the phone. Very next call we made, look, we got a guy who, this guy wants us to find him loads. We call up his company, right? He says he's got some more trucks. He got a guy stuck in California already, right? So when we drop this guy's name, say, yeah, Mr. So-and-so and so, Mr. Douglas, what's his name, Watley, and the guy's name is Douglas Watley. Type that in here, D-O-U-G-L-A-S. Mr. Douglas. Give me a second here, y'all. Mr. Douglas Watley is the guy who we talked to. We said, look, we talked to your driver in Alabama, Mr. Douglas Watley. He said that you got a guy that's stuck in Alabama, who's stuck in California. Then you go right into, look, just the same way I just did it. How much money do you all need to move your trucks? Because now you're talking to the owner of the company and you want to make it plural. How much money do you need to run your trucks? Because unlike most dispatching firms, here's what we do. Here is how we're different. Here is how we cater our search to your needs. Okay? All right. Charles Money. My problem is transitioning from full-time employment to full-time dispatching. That is why I was curious to know how soon dispatchers are paid, assuming I average 1 to 8 loads dispatch agreements. All right. How often you are paid is going to depend on how often the truck drivers get paid. Because remember, we only get paid after the truck drivers get paid, because that's when we send them our invoice. The way we're set up kind of helps us speed up the process once they get their money, because we don't have to wait for them to send us a check in the mail. We have it so where they can click on it and they can pay us with a debit or credit card as soon as they put their money into their bank. Because as soon as they put their money into their bank, those funds are what? They are available to pay us. And everybody who has a bank has a debit or credit card. You see what I'm saying? So that's why our process is set up the way it is when we send them their electronic invoice. Now, how soon they get paid by the carrier, by that broker. 99.9%, if the load is coming from, if this is a dispatch load you get it from a broker, chances are that broker has factory. Every broker has factory. There's not a broker in this business who don't operate without factory. Because no broker is going to wait 90 days for them for their money from a shipper. All right? So that broker has factory, and the factoring costs are already included in that whatever the broker posts their load fee is. So the load fee is $3,000. The broker already, knows that that's what's being paid to the carrier. So our money is based on the bottom line amount that's paid to the carrier. So we don't have to worry about, some of you were asking questions about, well, the carrier says, you got to take out factory, you got to take out this, watch the you. Look, the load fee that we send over to them is the load fee that they're going to get a check for, or the load fee that's going to be deposited into their account. So factoring does not even concern them. What it costs for that brokerage to do factoring, that's none of their concern, because that's already taken out. So if they like the load fee, that's the amount of money that they're going to get. Now, with that being said, 99.9% of all brokers have factoring. If they have factoring, and most of them do, if the carrier gets the BOLs over to that broker, usually by Friday, before 3 o'clock on Fridays, that carrier then can have that information into the factoring company's hand by close of business on Friday, which is 5 o'clock, or no later than Monday morning, which means that carrier should get paid from that factoring company, and that shipper and that carrier and that broker should both get paid from the factoring company by the Friday, that following Friday. Okay? Now, if that's the case, when they get paid, we hit them with the invoice, the electronic invoice. And in order for them to pay us the electronic invoice, they can pay us instantaneously. All they got to do is click on it. Money comes right to our account, right? When it hits our account, we then click on it, and then we send you your half from the same app, the Cash Me app. We send you your half from our Square Cash Me app. We send it to you by email, and we text it to you. When you get it, all you got to do is click on it and deposit the funds into whatever bank account you have attached to your Cash Me app. If you don't have Cash Me set up yet, when you receive that Cash Me payment, all you got to do is click on it, and they're going to show you how to download the Cash Me app, the Square Cash app. Takes about 20 seconds. You download it, you attach your bank account to it or your debit card to it, or wherever you want money to go. It works better with a bank account. Some debit cards will work, some debit cards won't. So if you run a business, please get yourself a nice bank account. Go to Wells Fargo, Bank of America, a credit union, or somewhere, and get an actual real bank account. Trust me. Trust me. You're gonna need it. If you're running a business, you're gonna need it. So go get yourself a bank account. You attach that bank account to it, then you deposit that money straight from there right into the account. Your money, click of a button. All right? All right. Yep, Charles Money, we tried to explain it very clearly. Ronald Evans just got off the phone with Haulage Transportation. He will be sending over. You see how that works? Now, Ron, that was a given. Now, you was the first one to jump on it, so you act on it quick. That was just what we threw out there. First come, first serve. But we just talked it out there. But that's how that. But you all see how easy that works. And you all can do the exact same thing that I just did. You can do the exact same thing that I just did. All right? So it's not that hard. Gentlemen, it's not that hard. This is not hard to do. Okay? And I'm not telling you all something that I think will work. I'm not telling you all something that I heard will work. I'm not telling you all something that someone told me that it might work. I'm telling y'all something that put $3,000 to $5,000 a week in my pocket every week. I'm just being honest with you. I'm being honest with you. I know this works. It might work. I guess it works. No. I know it works. Trust me, I know it works. And I've shown you how it works. Every week we do the same thing. I make phone calls, and like somebody told me earlier this week, say, how come when you make phone calls, everybody seems to lay down? No, it's not that. That's not it. It's how you approach it. And it's called being better salespeople. All right, we're gonna now and you have and back to this load board trading, what I'll tell you about, because this one load has what? Has 13 trucks, 13 numbers you can call. The next one has how many numbers you can call? The next one has 15 numbers you can call. The next one has 20 numbers you can call. And the next one has 11 numbers you can call. Y'all see what I'm getting at here? There is no shortage of opportunities for you to make money. But, and I'm going to say this, and I say this every time. If you work the system will work for you. But I guarantee you the system won't work for you if you don't work the system. The system works. The system that we've set up, it works. And it will put money in your pocket. But it ain't going to do it if you don't work it. It's not going to do it if you're not sincere in what you're saying. It's not going to do it if you don't train yourself or take it upon yourself to learn how to be better salespeople, to learn to record yourself, listen to your voice. Go back and listen to it and see how you sound when you're saying certain things. Record yourself on video so you see what your body language is when you're saying certain things. Because I guarantee you, if your body language match what's coming out of your mouth, guess what? It's going to sound and come off that much more sincere. And that's what makes good salespeople. All right. Now, once you get this guy, right, now you got to go find him a load, right? And to go find him a load, all you're going to do is you're going to go back over to home. You know, what I would do is I would call up a bunch of them. I'll call about 15 or 20 of them, get me a bunch of agreements in. And as I get my agreements in, then I go start searching for loads for all of them. Okay? Go to your load search. Whether you're doing it on this load board or you go to another load board. Go to another load board, that's called cross booking. And we call that cross booking because you got your client from one load board, but you're going to go get your load from another load board. Just in case you all get you a DAT load board or something like that. Because here's the thing. If you get your clients from 1, 2, 3, and if you have access to a DAT or internet truck stop or higher paying load, chances are these people who are on 1, 2, 3, they're not used to seeing those higher type paying loads. So if you do cross booking from 1, 2, 3 over to that, your closing percentage is going to be a lot greater versus you trying to get loads from that and your clients from that. So if you're getting clients from that, they're used to seeing loads like that. You see what I'm getting at? So you do what's called cross booking. You get your clientele from a lower paying load board. Then you go to a higher paying load board and get your loads, and then you tell that clientele, I got a load for you, it's paying because you cross booked it. You cross book from a low paying load board with your clientele, higher paying load board, you got your loads, because that client from that low paying load board is probably not used to seeing them type of higher paying load. So when you present them with that higher paying load, you their man. You're invited to Thanksgiving dinner every year. Because you it. Okay? These are just some of the ways to increase your closing percentages, and that's going to make you more valuable to your clientele. And this is why when you call up a client and say, look, I got access to a DAT load board, but I can get you access to it for a lot less than what it normally costs because we're all in this together. And I try to make sure that I'm always improving the service that I offer to my clientele. And in doing that, I want to make you more money. So let's team up on this DAT load board. I can get you access to it for $40 a month. Add them to the list. All right. Now, you want to find loads for this person. You want to find the highest paying loads. Let's say that person is giving you a criteria. Let's say that person says that he wants loads from, let's say he was in, we're going to say Mobile, Alabama. We're going to say he was in Mobile, Alabama. All right, he was in Mobile, Alabama. Let's say that person told you that they don't want to be in the mountains. They don't want to go up in the cold snow in the mountains. So that means, but they'll run from anywhere across country, anywhere, but just keep me out of them very cold, mountainous spots. You know what I mean? But run me all in these little southern states. Texas, we're going to go over here to Florida, Georgia. All right, we're going to run this bottom half of the United States. Matter of fact, Utah, Colorado. Well, we're going to take out Colorado. And, Kentucky's all right. All right, but let's take out Kentucky. Let's say they want to run that right there. They want to be on somewhat flat land, and they don't want to go way up in the cold and the high mountains. So that's what they want to run. All right, so you're going to go over to the map. You're going to click over the map. They're going to put in anything here in the destination. You're going to go over to the map. You're going to click the map. And you're going to click all the bottom half of that map. See? Now, let's say that person is a flatbed. You're going to click flatbed. Let's say that person wants to leave on Monday. All right? Pick up on Monday. Let's say that person wants to find what? Higher paying loads, right? So you're going to click where it says more info, because that they said they wanted load. Let's say that person said, I want loads that's paying $2 per mile. Like the guy said, we got to have what? What is it? $2.15, $2.20 a mile. Let's say that person says that I got to have loads that's paying at least $2 per mile. All right? So you can go over here, you see what it says payment rates. First of all, you click the more options, it give you the drop down button. You're going to click the payment rate, where it says payment rates, you're going to click that right there. All right? Now you're going to click search. Now these are all the loads that are leaving out of Alabama, right? That's going anywhere on the bottom half of the United States. And you got the loads you got all the rates showing first. Now let's say you want the highest paying rates first, because you ain't got time to go through this and look for low paying freight. You want to get the highest paying rate first. So you click where it says offer. So over here on the side where it says check and offer, you're going to click the offer. And then it's going to pull up the highest paying loads first. All right? Here's the load from Folsom, Alabama to Phoenix, Arizona. Picks up on Monday with RWI transportation, paying $2,600, 1,625 miles. Let's click that 70 miles per mile that's paying. That is paying $1.60 a mile. That's not going to work for him. So we click off of that one. That is not going to work. Okay? Let's buy 16. That's not going to work. 800 and somewhat miles, 1850. What is that one? Let's see what that one. Let's see how that works out for us. That works. 219. That's more than $2 per mile. That's $219 a mile. So that one works. All right. Let's find another one. How many miles is going? 666 miles, paying 1,700. That's going to be close. Oh no, that works. 255 a mile. That's another one that works. I don't like that mileage because I don't like that 666, but, hey, that's my little superstition, but me personally, I wouldn't take that load. Okay, I was just saying it. If I the mile, if I was at 666, now I'm passing that load, man. But anyway, that's just me personally. But we found two that works for him. Let's see if we can find another one that works for him. 637, 1,700. I think that one works too. Yep. No, that's the same one. That's that 666. Dang, get off of that. Okay. Here's one that works. That's paying $2.60 a mile. So that works too. So now we found three loads that work for them, right? All right. We found three loads that work. You know what they're paying. So you really don't need to really call the broker except to call the broker to see if they're still available. You see what I'm saying? So you don't need to call them to ask them what the pay is on it, because you got the pay on it. You know they all work. You know they all fit in his criteria, right? They're going where he needs to go, keeping him out of the mountains and everything. You know, they're all running more than 500 miles. They all are doing paying more than $2 per mile. So you got three loads that work for the guy, right? You write down those loads, all the information on it. Now you call the guy back. And you say to him, hey, I got three loads that works for you. All right? Now, if you want to call the broker and see if those loads are still available, do that. But at no point do you give that broker that your carrier's MC number or that carrier's DOT number, because you're not ready to give that to him yet. You're just doing an inquiry. If he tries to press the issue and say, look, when I get the go ahead from the carrier, give me it authorized me to give you his MC number, then I do so at the time. But right now, I'm just doing a little fishing. Okay? All right. Now, a broker should understand that. He shouldn't have no problem with that. All right. So then you call that. Broker says, yeah, that load is still available. Yes, it is paying that much money right there. Bam, bam, bam. All right, great. Now you call that carrier back. So look, I got 3 loads that match your criteria. Because I told you I was going to call you when I have loads that match your criteria or that's better. All these loads are keeping you out of the mountains. All these loads are paying you more than $2.25 per mile. All these loads, Howard requests to get remote control over your keyboard. Who the hell is Howard? No. Why is someone trying to get control of my keyboard? Do y'all see this? Why free conference trial trying to get control of my keyboard? I don't want you controlling my keyboard. Somebody was in the meeting named Howard. He was trying to get control of my keyboard. I don't think so, Howard. Now he's left the meeting. Howard joined the meeting. Howard, who is this?
Hey, Calvin, it's Howard, man. I made a mistake, hit the wrong button.
Okay. I was about to say, man, what you trying to do, Howard? You trying to get to my bank account and stuff?
Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about it.
Well, look, I thought I had a hacker on here. Like, okay, we about to battle. I'm about to go into my anti-hacker mode, so start writing algorithms to block you out. But anyway, all right. So, I would say, yeah, okay. I hear you always talk about that National Bank. I'm gonna see if I can get into that National Bank. All right, Howard. Let's see here. But then we're gonna call up that guy. We're gonna say, here, we got 3 loads for you. All of them match your criteria. They're actually better than your criteria. Now, when you call this guy back up with these 3 options, I mean, come on. You know he's going to take one of them. Come on. You know he's going to take one of them. Why? Because you've given him exactly what he asked for. Not only have you given him exactly what he asked for, you've done better than what he's asked for. And now in his eyes, you're his go-to guy. You're the superstar. You're the guy he's going to be looking for calls from every week to keep him running. 3 to 4 loads a week. Now, here's the deal. When he takes one of these loads, now you know where he's going. You know when he's going to be there. You know when he's going to drop the load off. So why not just go ahead and you know this, if he takes this load and he's going to, where is he going? If he's going to Georgetown, Texas, all right? If you know he's going to Georgetown, Texas, and you know he's going to be there on the 29th, right? Why not go ahead, if he's dropping that load in Georgetown, Texas on the 29th, why not go ahead and start looking for him a load out of Georgetown or someone close to Georgetown going to somewhere else and booking that load? You see what I'm saying? You're booking him, you're pre-booking him out. This is how you keep your carriers satisfied and keep them booked. And then when you book that load, you know where he's going to pick up at. You know where he's going to drop it off. Why not go ahead and book him a load leaving out of there that next day after that, leaving from that location, going somewhere else. This is what I used to do. There were some carriers that I had them booked out almost 2 weeks in advance. When you can call up your carriers and say, hey, here's what I got for you for this week and next week. Here are 3 loads for Monday. Here's 3 loads picking up on Wednesday, and here's 3 loads that are picking up on Friday. You see what I'm saying? And he chooses which 3 he wants. Now you got to pick them. Now you got to get them correlated. All right? If he's going here, he's going to grab here. If he's going there, he's going to grab that. If he's grabbing this one, he's going here. If he's grabbing that one, he's going there. If he's grabbing that one, he's going here. If he's grabbing that one, he's going there. Yes, that does require a little bit more planning on your part, but trust me when I tell you that will make your life a lot easier. Because if you can book your carriers out 2 weeks at a time, that's less work for you to do on a daily basis. And it's more money you'll make on a weekly basis. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Does everybody understand that? Talk to me, people. Talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Come and talk
Yes,
to me.
sir. We understand.
I really want to know you. All right. but this is how you make money. This is how you make your business more efficient, and you put it on automatic, and you can handle more of a workload, you can handle more carriers, and make more money without overworking yourself. All right, let's open this up to questions. Anybody got any questions real quick? We're getting ready to wrap this up. I don't want to keep y'all all day on a Saturday.
Yeah, Calvin, on 1, 2, 3, since we only have flatbed loads, we cannot search for reefer trucks.
Then go to trucker pad.
Okay, gotcha.
That's all you gotta do. Go to trucker pad, look for reefer trucks, go back to 1, 2, 3 and find them loads.
Gotcha.
All right. Howard, if I also have the dispatch firm and truckers authority, can we run it and my brokerage? Woo! Boy, you pushing it. You can, but you have to legally separate everything. Okay? And when I say legally separate everything, make sure you have all your I's dotted, your T's crossed, because we did it for a year. And we had to, and the law firm, yeah, exactly. And the law firm that that Baxter, they had to set it up for us. And the way they did it was, like I said, you had to have different EIN numbers. You had to have different businesses set up. I mean, and not just having EIN, you actually got to go in and declare yourself an LLC, corporation, or sole proprietorship. If you got two separate businesses, you want to have one that's a corporation, one that's an LLC. Okay, make sure they're completely different. One is established as a corporation, one is established as an LLC. If you want to, you got to have two separate addresses. You cannot be operating in the same building. You want to make sure they operate out of two separate addresses. Okay, you got to have different phone systems. You want to make sure they operate on different phone lines. You don't want to have people calling the same number and getting both businesses on the same line. Or at least you got to set up your divisions within a company. Okay, so it can be done because there are companies that do it. Okay, you have these companies all the time. You have Warner. Warner has what? They have a brokerage, they have a dispatch, right? And they have the assets, the trucking company. And they all have it on the what? And they have it under the same name. But they completely separated their divisions. And they have different EIN numbers, but they have the same name. They have the same lead name. They have Warner Trucking, they have Warner Dispatch, and they have Warner Brokerage. Okay? But yeah, it can be done, but it's going to open you up to a lot of innuendos. People, because you got these non-compoops out there who don't know anything about how to run a business and don't know anything about business, and they're going to claim you're a broker, and they're going to claim you're doing all kinds of stuff. They're going to claim you're stealing people's babies because you're doing something that they cannot imagine. You're doing something that is innovative and is outside of their realm of thought. So they're going to come at you all kind of ways. All right? All right. Any other questions? Questions. Unmute yourself. Ask me a question. Y'all got no questions? Okay. Well, it's Saturday, and we've been here for about almost 3 hours. Sean just joined the meeting. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Contreras Coleman. I thank Coleman says great training. Thank you. I really appreciate it. All right, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I want to thank you all for tuning in to us. Again, as always, so, we're always, that's why we're here. We're here to consult with you all. If you all have questions about anything, feel free to give us a call. This weekend, we're going to be working to try and get everybody up to speed, everybody's numbers in, everything that we got to have for everybody that you're supposed to have to get you all on board. So we got a lot of new people. So give us a little bit of time this weekend before you start flooding us with phone calls. And we're going to, and don't forget, this is recorded and it will be available later on tonight on YouTube and on Facebook and things like that. So we'll shoot it out to you all. And remember, we pay referral fees too. So if you want to refer someone over to our program, refer them over to us, and they come in at the regular $299.95 enrollment fee, then you all receive a $50 referral fee. And that's paid through our Cash Me app directly to you at the time that they enroll. So the same day enrolled, the same day you get paid. All right? Again, thank you all. I appreciate you all as always. This is the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, Earn While You Learn, Freight Broker, Freight Agent, Freight Dispatcher, Freight Forwarder Training Consulting Program and Consulting Platform. For anybody who wants to join our platform, our enrollment fee is a $299.95, and that is the only fee you ever pay us out of pocket. Okay, and after that, we only make money if you make money, and that's what separates us from everybody else. Thanks again, everybody. I appreciate you all. We'll see y'all again next week. Here, same back channel, same back time. Y'all have a good one.
Peace out.